hop in the lobby right now. Oh, hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? Welcome to the factory number 33. My name is Squid Pope. Joined with me on the mic today, none other than Ice Stew. How are you doing?
I am doing pretty well. Ranked reset recently, so I've been doing a little bit of grinding there. Popping up all the way up to a nice clean 1660. But you know, either way, it's always really weird whenever rank resets, right? Because you get like a lot of this all different skill levels of players that you end up fighting right off the bat. Like you fight like some big name players here and there, and then you fight like somebody who's just like you've never heard of, but like still surprises you in some way. So
yeah, that was definitely one of the glory days of Street Fighter 6 when that started to happen. Ranked resets, meaning that everybody going back to 1500. I have a feeling that Guilty Gear is also going to be doing the Street Fighter 6 thing where they'll only do partial resets, where if you're below 1500, you'll go closer to 15. And if you're above 1500, you're going to go down closer to 1500. I think it's like a 20% difference is the way that they do it. I don't know. It's been a while. But
I can't remember. Because like I was around like 1700 something and I got 1500 like 75. So I'm not really too sure how they do it, but
yeah, it's you go down pretty low. I'm pretty sure that Grandmasters end up in like High Masters by the time the ranked reset is finished. But hey, enough about Street Fighter 6. Guilty Gear is the game that we're playing right now. We got not very many people tonight. We got a quiet one with 10 people all ready to play tonight. Yeah, shout outs to Elucid, by the way, joining in, as well as Nan, Khalil, Caliber, Dr. Doom, Clockwork, and a couple of other very strong players who I did see play in Paragon yesterday. We're going to be kicking things off with two matches before the top 8 cut, with And Red Lion and Elb. We're going to be called up in just a minute. Now, these two players, I haven't actually have. I think I've seen And Red. Oh my God! I have seen And Red play before because I am just now remembering. I am not sure how to say their name. Is it And Red Ion? Is it And
Redlon?
And Redlong? Okay. And then Elb as well, going to be stepping up very soon.
Right, yes. I recognize the Ramlethal.
Yeah,
I think I may have faced them earlier today in Ranked, actually. They were grinding in Ranks. They was a little shocked that, actually.
Yeah, it's not really that big of a surprise. You know, we are starting at around 6 o'clock, so people either probably just getting in from work, or if they're like me and have a day off of work, they've probably been grinding a little bit, just getting ready.
For sure. Always good to get in that practice before the bracket starts.
Mm-hmm. You can see our little bracket right there. Again, a quiet one. Only 2 people out of our 10 will not make it into the top 8. But hey, that is just the reality of such a small bracket. Do also want to shout out Vincent Dabatti, a very strong player. Probably going to have a little bit of a hill to climb, though, for them.
It's always these small brackets that just get so tight in how they and just the skill level of players in these brackets is just kind of really something you have to watch out for whenever it's such a small layer, because like I recognize pretty much all of these names in this bracket.
Yeah, it was something that I had to contend with some other ladder brackets very early on in their life cycle, specifically with Paragon, who only just recently started throwing in Street Fighter 6 as a part of their rotation. Like it was it was really tough. Like playing against some of the more well-known like players such as the Masked Cusco, Heretic Magic Man. I think that Jazz Darrow and ISI as well were getting in there pretty regularly. Like those are some really strong names over in my neck of the woods, as well as now you see Levi Hakai there as well, who regularly gets top 8 in a lot of online brackets, as well as I think Neo Judai, who runs the Monday bracket, the Motivational Monday bracket, also is starting to get in there as well. So competition's leveled up, and it's like early on, it's very like it's only getting tougher as time goes on over there. And I'm just glad that I got to compete when the pool of talent was small, but it was still very deep.
For sure, yeah. Kelly saying, why am I being forced to fight a Unica round 1 is very kind of mid? You know, sometimes you just don't get the matchup you want. But I agree with you, fighting Unica round 1 is kind of a nightmare.
Flip a coin, say a prayer. I do hope that our other player did not forget that they were signed up for this bracket. As,
hopefully so. Let's see here.
There is still a little bit of time, though, before we'll start moving on, just in case. Just because, again, there is a little bit of time that we can fill in.
For sure, yeah. Let's see here.
And I guess while we're filling in for some time, I should also bring up, obviously, Summer Games Fest coming in Friday. Almost certainly we're going to hear a little bit of news in the near future about RoboKai, whether that be in Summer Games Fest or with the in conjunction with the new game that is going to be announced at Anime Expo in July. Anything that you're looking for in particular? I mean, we still have those 2 mystery characters for this season of Guilty Gear. Any guest characters you may be thinking about? Any old faces that you may be wanting to return?
I am a big Raven fan. I really want Raven to come back.
Yeah.
I think Raven would be kind of difficult to work into how Strive flows, though. Like it's a needle into the weird air dash can be kind of strange to work around into like a to like the way that Strive operates as far as like running offense and dashing and air movement. So it would make Raven, and then Raven also has like really weird teleport dash too, which I'd be curious to see how they implement it all into the Strive's mechanics.
Yeah, I am very familiar with all of that as someone who was trying to learn Raven back in Zerd. The big thing that I am hoping if he does get in is that he gets a entirely new identity, because unfortunately Abba stealing a lot of what I would call his original identity from Zerd. So I do hope that
I wouldn't say so, really, because it's the meter doesn't really work quite the same way. It's more so a matter of because Raven is more so of a long range poke character with a meter that increases the damage of certain moves, while Ava is a turtle character until I hit my install and build up my resources, and then I explode you.
Mm-hmm.
Although,
no, yeah, that is.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Ava's not really good right now.
Yeah, also true. And then, like, obviously, you know, again, there has been talk in some of the circles that I run around in about maybe the new or a potentially guest character potentially crossing over with whatever this new game that Arxis is planning on announcing soon. Maybe I've seen, you know, Ragnar the Blood Edge get thrown around. I've seen a lot of the Blaze Blue cast actually get thrown around. Anybody else in particular that you may be wishing from, potentially from a different IP?
I mean, it'd be cool to see like a Blaze Blue crossover, obviously, but I kind of am interested to see if they'll do any like more anime crossovers, but I'm trying to think like what anime would fit well with Guilty Gear right now.
Yeah, that is sort of the interesting thing because obviously there is like ArcSys has a wealth of history with not just like in the 2D fighter genre, like they were the people who made the Hokuto no Ken game, which still is running very strong in Japan right now. There is potentially like they could be going with another licensed 2D fighter, in which case I've seen stuff like Naruto getting thrown around. Obviously, they did work a little bit with Dragon Ball FighterZ. Like, there's just a whole wealth of IPs that definitely could eventually make it, I feel.
For sure.
And in that vein of Naruto, you know, I mean, Rock Lee is right there, raring to grow. Like, you got the main man himself, Naruto, also Sasuke.
Yeah.
Like, I think that if it does end up being like maybe a Naruto licensed 2D fighter and they choose to pick someone from there, like there's no shortage of awesome characters that they could pick from.
For sure. The main thing that's interesting about like Dragon Ball and Naruto is I don't really feel like they fit the vibe of Guilty Gear Strive, if that makes any sense. Like Cyberpunk was a good pick because like in technicality, Guilty Gear Strive does fall within the Cyberpunk genre. Within like its themes that it utilizes and kind of like its setting, but it mixes in a little bit of like fantasy and magic into it as well, which is what makes it interesting. So like I don't know, my mind keeps jumping to like Studio Trigger productions like Kill la Kill or like Promare would be really fun.
God, if they somehow fit a Kill la Kill character in there, I'm not sure what the overall reaction would be. I'd be all for it.
I would be all for it, yeah.
All for it, honestly. Man.
Like Ryuko and Strive would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm like overdue for a Kill la Kill rewatch as well. And speaking of rewatches as well, the Ghost in the Shell news as well means that I probably need to rewatch either the original or 2.0 pretty soon.
Right, yeah.
Man, I'm so excited.
A lot of fun stuff coming up.
A lot of fun stuff. What isn't fun right now is that we are still, unfortunately, waiting on our first match to show up. We are trying to locate our player, unfortunately. It may be that we just move on to Nan Nan versus what is looking to be Vincent DeBatty right now, as Vincent DeBatty 3-0ing the Natural Nut to kick off their tournament run.
Seems like it. I might sit back for just like a quick moment while we're still waiting. I will be right back in just a moment.
No, you're good. You're good. While I am alone, though, again, shout outs to Waffles over on production, by the way. They are absolutely magnificent and also helped to set up this amazing JSON for the tournament. Most of this, well, this bracket would not be possible without them, and we thank them as we are continuing to have to wait. And again, thank you, chat, by the way. I do see 6 of you in here. I assume that as things go on, more and more of you will show up. Thank you for taking time out of your busy Thursday afternoon to watch some Guilty Gear. As it looks like, unfortunately, we will be moving on with Nan Nan and Vincent DeBatty, I assume. So we will go ahead and hop over into Nan Nan's stream, or Nan Nan's room by the looks of it, as we will figure out who makes top 8 winner's side and who's going to qualify into top 8 loser's side. As it looks like Elucid is going to be facing and Redlawn and Red Ion. You got to hop into stream at some point and tell us how exactly to say your name. And that's also going to be a top 8 winners, losers qualifier. Meanwhile, Kali and Caliber going at it right now in the mirror. Dr. Doom and Clockwork going at it. I believe that is Nago, and I think I saw Clockwork on Bedman, so that's going to be an interesting one overall. Losers of those matches are actually going to have to play in.
Okay, I'm back.
It's all good. We will be moving on over to Nan Nan's room here in just a moment, as unfortunately Elb, I don't think, is showing up at all tonight. Again, we will try and get a first match up for y'all here in just a little bit. Nan Nan, I know, has been continuing to rotate through characters. I'm pretty sure still holds the normal stable, though, with the Giovanna, with the Kai, and I think is still sticking it out with primarily Sin, though. As I mentioned earlier, though, Vincent, very strong DFW player, mostly Amelia, who loves to play the car crash neutral, as I like to call it.
One thing I know is Nanan's been on Ram recently.
Yeah, that is a character that she did pick up, or not necessarily picked up. She has started to play more in her rotation. I was told a couple of times not too long ago that she was actually a Ramlethal player before she maybe put it away for a little bit to have other characters in her rotation, but honestly, it makes sense. Ramlethal, still a very strong character, still very capable of putting out the damage, and in this new 2.0 era where everyone's damage has been a little bit lowered, like having these extra tools with the swords is pretty nice to have.
For sure, and it's just kind of like being able to run a lot of that more relentless offense just makes it so good for Ram in this patch right now, especially with such good buttons in neutral. The one thing that Ram might struggle a little bit with is anti-airing, but even still, those air buttons, if you just go air to air against any character, you're probably going to win. With having a good JP that can just just instantly jump and start mashing the JP until you get to the ground, or you jump up and slam the JS, making sure that you can shut them down. And then also, something to note is there's more of a gap between Ram's sword and the explosion. So Ram now has one more point of interaction in her offense, which one can be good because it sets up for more strike throw, and two, it can be bad because it allows the opponent to actually be able to mash between the two hits. So Ram has to do something between the two hits unless, or risk the opponent being able to mash out of the offense.
No, yeah, true. The sort of like auto time shimmy is now gone, as you are alluding to, and it's very difficult. I would say now to like really bait your opponent into doing something risky with that sword out. But looks like both of our players are here. Hopefully we are just moments away from getting underway. Welcome to the factory, everyone. This is a top 8 qualifier.
Exciting, starting off right off the bat with a great match here. Two strong and powerful players. Amelia Ram is going to be an interesting set to see, because as I was just mentioning, that air-to-air capabilities of Ramlethal might be very necessary whenever fighting a character like Amelia Rage, who's constantly and nothing but in the air.
Absolutely, and yeah, keep an eye out on how Vincent plays. They like to play what I have alluded to as car crash neutral. They will get that first hit, and they will not let you breathe at all.
Yeah, just kind of chasing down. Vincent going to go ahead and get a pretty steady start, setting up the disco key, but Nan Nan able to find her way out of that pressure. forcing Vincent to spin the burst here, waiting, trying to kind of floating outside of far slash range, but we are going to find that JH and we are going to spin the meter for the full conversion.
Vincent taking a little bit of extra precaution, just making sure that everything is okay. Good mash out by Nan Nan. We are immediately going through the wall, refunding our resources, building this positive.
Just kind of floating around neutral, finding that good air-to-air with the JK. Gonna go ahead and get our pressure started, but Vincent gonna be able to fuzzy their way out of the pressure. 60 gonna be able to catch it, and we're gonna spin the meter for knockout. Round 1 going to Nan Nan.
Yeah, just cash out, get that W, and go right into round 2. Can't take any meter with you unless it's the burst. Now, good air throw read by Nan Nan, and another strike throw situation resulting in throw, and good mash by Vincent there.
A little bit risky in that situation there. You would not want to get counter hit whenever you're that close to the corner, but you have burst. We're gonna go ahead and spin it to get out of the corner, but we're just tossing the sword and throwing ourselves right back into the fray. S-Sword going down, we are going to be able to get the wall break off of this. Spinning the meter, returning both swords back to Nan Nan. Nan Nan looking very advantageous in this position here. 2K, not going to quite find the full confirm off of that, but we are going to find the 60 into the Dara for the knockout on the game 1.
Pretty sure that Vincent wanted to try and go for a run-up block. Unfortunately, did not get the blocking part of that situation. Nan Nan first game on the board, but it is first to 3, so Vincent, plenty of time to make the adaptation. And we're just going to lock right back in, go into game 2.
It's always such a scary matchup whenever you're fighting a character like Ramlethal, whenever you have such low health. You never know whenever you might just explode, or you take that one hit in neutral, and you're like, oh no, I might lose the round for this. It's always a terrible, terrible feeling.
Game 2 starting off again, both players taking a little bit of extra precaution. No one wants to overcommit early, but first damage of the game going to Vincent, getting that back throw, and now Nan Nan. Here comes that car crash neutral, hold on.
That's the scary thing about trying to put yourself in a cross-up position as Melia, is your opponent can just kind of burst you into the corner. And whenever you have a character with corner pressure like Ram, that's incredibly risky. Gonna go ahead and spin the burst, get some space from the corner, floating around that far slash range again. Vincent just kind of trying to bait out some of Nan Nan's buttons. Nan Nan holding pretty steady though.
Getting the counter hit with the pounce immediately. RCing, however, drops the combo. Oh, but the sword explosion there for backup, catching Vincent pressing a button. And now Nan Nan just needing that one final opening, having to contend with the sword though.
Good read on the fuzzy jump. That's going to be enough for Nan Nan to take the rounds.
Great read, yeah.
Vincent really has to make this game count if they want to find a way to stay even in this set, but it's looking scarier by the moment as Nan Nan's already running a little bit more offense. Trying to go for another throw here, trying to keep Vincent locked into the corner. Vincent finding a way out, but is already going to be mashing out. Starting on offense with the next double cross up.
Vincent's not really playing as fast and loose as they really want to. Maybe he has run into Nan Nan a couple of times in other brackets and has realized that doesn't really work against Nan Nan. As Winger getting blocked, we're going to have to burst on the charged dust. And again, just a lot of patience being displayed now. Ooh. Dangerous, very dangerous.
Vincent trying to find a way to whip punish Nan Nan here, but Nan Nan's just so patient with these buttons, knowing that any button that she throws can be whip punished, and it's just kind of waiting until that exact moment that she knows she can punish or get a throw with this. Her air throws have been really strong, and that's mostly where she's been starting a lot of her offense, is from a lot of the air throws are just finding like one small button to really get that pressure going, and she knows that she doesn't have to play big rest or neutral.
Counter hit could have sealed it up. However, Nan Nan not quick enough with a follow-up. Now Vincent, one more lease on life here in this round. Gets the wall splat, able to convert, staying alive in this game.
Exactly what Vincent wants to see in this position. Just have to make sure that you get a good round start here. Gonna go ahead and play it safe. Jump back. Nan Nan doing about the same. Micro walking backwards a little bit. Waiting to see what Vincent's gonna do. Trying to figure out where they're gonna land here.
Vincent Gonna have burst here in just a moment. Good mix up on the disc, and now starting to see the cracks in the armor on Nan Nan's side. That's half health gone.
Vincent willing to play a little bit more aggressive in this match here. Trying to, if Nan Nan's not going to do anything, you know, just go in yourself and have some fun with it. Oh, but the sword god gets caught. You are going to get the hard knockdown with the scissors.
Oh, caught pressing a button, however, not converting into the kill. The sword explosion will actually save Vincent here, as positive bonus now rolling on Nan Nan's side, but that is gonna be it off of the explosion. Game 2 going to Nan Nan, but Vincent starting to put together a game plan.
Things were looking scary there for Nan Nan for just a moment, but was able to find a few good hits and was able to turn the set around.
I mean, Vincent could potentially start turning on the afterburners and playing a lot more fast and loose, trying to rattle off a game and really try and make Nan Nan second guess themselves. However, I have a feeling we are either about to see a 3-0 or Vincent is going to rattle off 2 straight and we're going to go to a game 5.
Yeah, it's always kind of like in these moments where it's make or break. Can you adapt fast enough, and who can adapt faster? Vincent showing some good adaptations last game, but Nan Nan very quickly adjusting her playstyle to really punish those more aggressive options.
Either player able to land a hit. However, the back throw does find its mark for Nan Nan. Now Vincent stuck in the corner. Good run up, able to get the counter hit and draw out burst, but not without having to give up a burst of their own shortly after.
Gonna be able to get that hard knockdown. The mix is blocked once more, but it's still our turn. Go with the Bad Moon RC. Get a nice little wall break here. Charge that positive bonus, restore some of that burst while we're at it too.
That burst worth its weight in gold in this set right now. As Nan Nan getting caught out by the Iron Savior, now having to take a guess, not guessing right on the second interaction, and that's going to be the round. Vincent finally starting to put together a solid game plan.
There's adaptations. Can Nan Nan adapt fast enough to make sure that she can get this 3-0 shut down before Vincent can really get going?
Good block on the tap dust, however, no block on the follow-up, and now 2K2D through the gap, deflect shield. Oh no! It pushed Vincent too far back for the Moribado.
Just not having that second sword made Moribado too small. Vincent having an opportunity to really run that mix-up. Will Nan Nan be able to get out of here? Finding a good block on the mix-up. We're right back into it as we try to match, but the 2S is going to cut through. This should be enough for Vincent here.
And it will be Artemis going to be the one that finishes it off. And Vincent, first game on the board. Nan Nan gonna need to maybe head back to the drawing board and figure out what exactly just went wrong there.
The mix-ups are getting a little bit more tighter. We're moving up into the layer on Vincent's offense, because previously Vincent's offense wasn't really working, but now we're kind of loosening the strings now that Nan Nan's a little bit more used to blocking up these cross-ups. But Vincent just kind of doing some more risky stuff, like doing a lot of mostly turbo faults, the main thing that I've been seeing from Vincent. Although, we'll see how Nan Nan can adapt. Maybe try to work in a throw or a mash, possibly, but it's always hard to tell when there's a gap in the mix.
Absolutely. Iho would be the first one to tell you that. Meanwhile, both players now down burst. However, Nan Nan very low on life. This positive bonus not generating any tension at all for Vincent, thanks to that very severe tension penalty now after super usage. And wow, what a conversion.
We are able to get a little bit of a sneaky mix-up here, and able to kind of save the rounds for just a moment. This lead right here that Vincent has in this game, it's very important. We do not want to let go of this game, otherwise it will be a Nan Nan 3-1 victory. Vincent trying to play a little bit more aggressive here, but we are also playing a lot more airborne, because earlier we saw Vincent was doing a lot of shimmies outside of the far/slash range, but it wasn't really getting much mileage, even though it was preventing Nan Nan from taking many actions. We are going to get a nice little Moribado reversal here. Find the fuzzy jump.
Yeah, high-low situation there, and the strike throw as well. Nan Nan now on set point. Burst is just about equal on both sides. Starting off with the round start run up 2P. Vincent, Burst is ready, but we're starting this mix up really strong. Nan Nan having a burst immediately.
Oh, there's those close slash nerves coming into play. Nan able to land safely thanks to the close slash being so short on Milia. We're able to find a nice little conversion as we get our offense going. Trying to find a place to jump out, but Nan is ready.
Now back against the corner, however, able to make their way out. Capel does connect, and unfortunately, Reversal Moribado doesn't find anything. Wait a minute, Vincent, all the momentum behind them right now, but good defense.
Oh, that should be it. Nan finding a cheeky 5D here after not representing it pretty much the whole set. Surprising Vincent, catching them off guard, and will be taking the set 3-1.
Very nicely done by Nan Nan. In the end, going to be taking that winner side of top 8. Meanwhile, Vincent still top 8 qualified, just going to be heading down to losers. And oh man, this top 8 already looking pretty stacked. We're going to have Elucid and Caliber up there. We're going to have Nan Nan against Clockwork Design and Red Ion and Vincent the Baddie on opposite sides of the losers bracket. Oh boy, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's already looking like a pretty stacked bracket. I'm excited to see Clockwork. I'm a Clockwork Design fan, me personally. I think Clockwork's kind of a really underrated player. I want to see more Clockwork. It's a Zato player who has honestly been doing some pretty impressive work lately.
Oh yeah, I apologize. I thought I definitely saw them on Paragon yesterday, and I could have sworn that they played Bedman. So my apologies there, Clockwork. You were on the Zato back then. That is my fault.
But yeah, Clockwork Design able to take it 3-2 over Dr. Doom. Caliber taking it 3-1 over Cali, and Elucid taking it 0-3 over Endredlon. And Redlon, I think.
And
Never
Redlon.
let it just like and Redlon, yeah.
Yeah, it again, Red, if you're in here, let us know just exactly how we're supposed to say your name. I think that we can just roll through right into top 8 because like we can probably get this tournament done before the top of the second hour.
Probably so. All right. Let's see who Maka wants to put up into a stream for the set.
I mean, I would assume that we're going to be kicking off with Elucid and Caliber. I mean, Nan Nan.
That is true.
We just saw moments ago, although it would be very interesting to see Nan Nan populate the screen again and having to go up against Zato. Vincent the Baddie is actually going to have to fight Dr. Doom. So, Vincent, I know you're in the stream. I hope you know the Nagariyuki matchup there. And Redlon going to be waiting on a winner between Kali and the Natural Nut.
Yeah, Dr. Doom making their way into top 8 with that DQ. Still, yeah. What's the current score on the set? No score reported currently between Cali and the Natural Nut, but right now we have 7 of our 8 players in top 8 confirmed.
It does look like Caliber is actually double bracketing right now, so they've got to play in their other bracket. So we might actually just see Nan Nan and Clockwork Design once again on our screen.
Likely so.
Yeah, it does look like Nan Nan is going to be called first up. So we are going to get the Zato up on stream. The question is, though, who is Nan Nan going to pull out to face Zato?
I mean, I would presume that she's probably going to stick to the Ram. Just kind of like stick to your guns, not really wanting to switch it up too much.
Mm-hmm. I could definitely see that. Although, I mean, all the other characters are still pretty good right now. You do still have that Pocket Giovanna, which I mean, unfortunately, did get a little bit nerfed. Thunderbolt no longer being as safe as it once was. But you know those buffs that you get from your tension are now extended. They are a lot better now, I would certainly say. It's just going to be very interesting to see because pretty much no matter what character Nan Nan pulls out, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a different one midway through the match.
Possibly so. Like, it depends. Like, usually, if it's not going too well for you, you have to kind of consider when you want to switch in the set. Like, do you switch later in the set, whenever you might have like one life on that character, or do you switch early in the set so that we can get a good adaptations going before anything too bad happens?
Well, only one way to find out. Both of our players look like they are stepping up to the plate right now. There's that Zato getting locked in, and yeah, it will be the Ramlethal to kick things off for Nan Nan. Welcome to Top 8, ladies and gentlemen. We are just getting underway.
Zato versus Ram, not a matchup you see every day.
Definitely not.
I feel like Zato's a lot better this patch, honestly. Because like previously people were saying like, oh, he's not that good, he's not that good. I never really thought he was bad per se, but I never really thought he was like anything like what Twitter was saying about him. But like now I think Zato's kind of a threat, honestly. The pressure is a lot better, the damage is lower, and I think just he benefits overall from the changes that this patch brought in. So we're gonna see what Clockwork can do up against Ram. Good matchup knowledge here. Trying to do the opposed to catch the explosion of the sword. We are going to find ourselves a nice little command throw here. Restore that Eddie gauge. Going to go right back into offense stand and find a way to fuzzy jump out. And Eddie's down for the count.
Clockwork not going for the super technical stuff, instead just sticking with what works. You do see good pressure sequence, able to catch Nan Nan trying to fuzzy jump out. And now, yeah, the fly in, the counter hit button, we're chumming the waters, we're bringing the shark, and we're ending this first round with a bang.
That super does so much damage at times. It's just such a good way to close out rounds, especially as Zato, where it can hit just from anywhere on the screen, and wall break from it too. But we are going to find a nice little throw, catching the mash on wake up.
Yeah, unfortunately, Eddie getting caught in the crossfire of that throw as well. However, sandwich situation now being applied after Eddie comes back. Eddie once again sent away, and we're just representing strike throw here. Good pressure sequence, and unfortunately, Clockwork not stand blocking in time, just not dead yet though.
A little bit of help, but this is not the position you want to be in against Ramlethal. Back against the wall, as you have to deal with the Ramlethal with 50 meter tap dust coming through once again, evening up the set.
Clockwork still a little ways away from burst. Meanwhile, it is ready for Nan Nan. Good counter hit anti-air, immediately forcing Nan Nan to use the burst aggressively. And now, pressure sequence. And we're out.
Nothing too tricky. Nan Nan just willing to block it out. Not going for any throws or anything yet, but we are going to find a nice little counter hit here. Frog gonna go ahead and be bouncing its way through to the wall, but not quite getting the wall stick that we were looking for. We have 100 meter though. We are gonna spin 50 meter from Nan Nan to get that reversal in. We find a perfect throw. Exactly what we're looking for. Spin 50 meter. Not, oh, we died. Yeah, okay, we're dead.
Like you said, that super does damage, and then what a big grip of damage that was. Zato on the board. And I do actually want to circle back, like, you know, you were saying you didn't really feel that Zato was as bad as people were saying. Like, I'll be honest, like, as a spectator, I've only ever seen Zato in tournaments. Like, that character looks freaking scary. Like, I can assume that, like, in, you know, the original floor system, as well as in, like, a non-tournament settings, like, yeah, you do see a lot of players, you know, really struggling to make Zato work. But like with a lot of these tournament character specialists, like Zato looks insanely scary.
Zato is one of those higher skill cap characters that can really show off the prowess of certain players, and especially like committing to Zato for long term. Like, I know Clockwork's been on Zato for a while. I don't really know if they've had any characters before that, but we are going to go ahead and get the burst spin from Nan Nan. We are using Drunken Shade to repel the sword toss. just a little bit of magic knowledge that's pretty good from Clockwork. Going for something a little bit trickier with the opposed, but Nanan ready for it. Finding the throw, and gonna find a counter hit, force the burst.
Now Clockwork making her way out of the corner, setting up for some more pressure sequences. However, Nanan getting caught on the sword toss with the YRC, now being drug against the corner. A good read on the air, the neutral jump. Clockwork does have Eddie available. Good stand block.
Man. Not quite having the second hit of the leap, making it all the way to Nanan, finding a chance to reversal. Eddie gauge is low. We're trying to jump and stall for a little bit until we can get that Eddie gauge back to play some more neutral. Run that offense. 50 meter is coming up fast. We are going to go ahead and spend the 50 burst, but we have 50 meter. How do we want to spend it?
Oh no, getting a little bit of thinking time with that BRC, and now we've chosen how we want to approach this. Good deflect shield from Nanan, bringing things back. However, it is just a simple run-up throw at the end for Clockwork, putting themselves up around.
A nice little fake out after that 6H. Finding themselves a leap once again. Opposed keeping Nanan locked in the corner, but Nanan having a good time just jumping out of the corner and then slamming that 2S to really counter hit, forcing out a burst from Clockwork.
Very late burst out from Clockwork, making sure that Nanan stays in the corner. However, Nanan fighting their way out. And what a back throw from Clockwork. We're just right back in the original situation.
Getting here for the sword, get that Eddie gauge back once more. Hard knockdown. What's next here? Nanan's been pretty ready for a lot of the mix that Clockwork has thrown at her, but now we are out of Eddie gauge, but we're going to find the throw regardless. Catching the landing on that JP.
1-1, and yeah, Clockwork getting a lot of mileage out of those regular throws. And now this is where, if you're Nanan, you've got to think, do you want to commit to a character swap now, or are you thinking of just trying to hold out another game and see if you can catch Clockwork having to readapt?
Looks like the Sin will be coming out here. I think Clockwork's matchup knowledge on Ramiflo was just a little bit too much for Nanan to adapt back, because Nanan hasn't really been on, at least like recently, has not been on Ramiflo that long, and it's not just been a match that you really get to learn that often, unless you've been playing a character for a long time.
Oh yeah, it's definitely one of those rare, or Zato is definitely one of those rare characters where, as a player, you definitely feel more confident with a lot of these more stronger characters playing against them, and you know that your opponent is lacking, for lack of a better term there, and the specific character knowledge needed in order to properly fight against you. However, Nanan, now on the Sin, going to be dealing a lot of damage here. Good run-up throw on the oppose. And the big counter hit should seal it up with his Tyrant Barrel.
Already looking so much more comfortable into this matchup on Sin. You know, it's just, your new character might be good, but your old characters always know the matchups.
Absolutely. DP out from Nanan nets them early, a little bit of an early advantage as Clockwork trapped against the corner, going to have to take the throw. Now, what's the mix? Going for a little bit of a frame kill, finally able to get the hit, just don't follow up. There we go. Now we find the big hit with the RC, and Clockwork forced to burst, but still trapped against the corner.
Such a different story than what we had seen in the previous two games. Nanan just really willing to play super aggressively. Clockwork trying to stall here and there, but just not really having a chance to have any sort of space from Nanan as she moves up to getting a game on the board, 1-2.
One more game needed for Nanan in order to qualify into that top 3 spot. Meanwhile, Clockwork, yeah, there's no question about it. Just going to stick with what she knows, and all that she knows is Zato. But the thing is, again, talking about character knowledge, you know that Clockwork probably has a game plan. Starting off, conceding a lot of space, but able to get the early hit. Now back against the corner, able to make their way out thanks to the fly. And Clockwork now still holding on to this burst.
Finding ourselves a nice little cross-up mix here. The leap coming through. Chusin and then back into the wall. Spending this 50-meter for the sword. Keep the pressure up as we get this hard knockdown. We'll go ahead and start with the Pierce Bar Slash. Chuhin finding its place, but nice little DP here from Nan Nan.
Yeah, unfortunately for Clockwork, you know that Nan Nan is probably buffering in that DP any chance that she gets. Now, strike throw situations being represented, finally pulling the trigger on the burst is Clockwork. Now, pressure sequence, unable to find anything from it though.
Oh, that was tricky. Landing with the floats. We'll go ahead and spin the burst, a very aggressive burst here, but we do have no Eddy Gauge here. Trying to go in for an elk hunt, but just not able to get it as a low crush by JH, I think.
Tough to tell, but here we go. Clockwork now looking for that game 5. Eddy is already back on the table after taking a little bit of a hiatus. The oppose eating the beak driver there. And oh my god, this is a lot of damage incoming.
Clockwork happy to play a bit more of a defensive, using a lot of oppose in their block strings now. Knowing that Nan Nan's willing to kind of like mash on that offense, trying to find any sort of like chances to like any sort of chance of impatience or unwillingness to just kind of sit there and block. And so far it's paying off as we are going to get another sword in. Not quite enough to knock out Nan Nan just yet. We do still have burst and 50 meter on Nan Nan's side, but we are finding ourselves walking back into the corner to spin the meter to get rid of Eddy, but we are going to get hit with that JS with a perfect from Clockwork.
I think that if Clockwork had thrown out Amorphous there at the end, they probably wouldn't have needed to go into that post-wall break situation. I think that would have killed right there. However, no harm, no foul. Still got the perfect in the end. Now, game 5, best of 1. Clockwork. Maybe taking a moment to breathe. Nan Nan.
I think that was yeah, that was 1-3 Clockwork.
Oh, that was 1-3 Clockwork. Oh, yeah. My apologies.
Okay, let's see here. Do we have Caliber ready right now?
Well, they were in the room before Nan Nan closed it out.
Caliber is ready.
So yeah, Elucid, no surprises as to what his character is going to be. We know him as the tried and true, the Soma Cruz, playing the dandy vampire himself in Slayer. Caliber, on the other hand, I'm struggling to remember what his character selection is.
I'm trying to remember myself, but I suppose we'll see here in just a moment. Has Elucid just, because I know Elucid is kind of like an individual of many characters, but has it just been the Slayer recently? Like any sort of character switches?
I don't recall Elucid having undergone any sort of character change recently. I mean, it is always possible that Elucid might be exploring other characters at the moment, but no, as he readies in, we do see that that Slayer pick on his profile, and yeah, readying up with the Slayer right away. Now we just need to get Caliber in here and ready to play. Judging from Caliber's profile picture, though, I would not be surprised if this was a jam.
This would be interesting. I have not seen a lot of jam gameplay just yet.
Yeah, jam, I mean, obviously, well, not super obviously, but when it comes to fighting games, there is always this sort of burn-in period, as I like to describe it, where you can't really look at a lot of the top players and their successes with a lot of brand new characters. Like I could point to however many week 1 TNSs it is for Punk to God whenever there's a new Street Fighter 6 character and his numerous wins over there. Right, it was Unica.
Yes, yeah. Unica Slayer will be interesting to see. Not a matchup that I'm very familiar with. I presume it's relatively even considering the kind of buttons that both characters have access to. Although they're both kind of slower characters with some like really like big burst options. Although I mean, Elucid either way is just a very strong opponent to face, regardless of what character you're up against.
Yeah, absolutely. One of Texas's very best, I would say, in this game. Shout outs to Elucid winning Texas Showdown last year. Absolutely monstrous play by him, being able to not just win the grand finals, but having to do so in a reset. Has been a very strong player in every single tournament that he has chosen to play. I mean, but Unica, though, I feel like Unica's stock has risen as of late. Obviously, the new move where she does have that new projectile is pretty nice to have, all things considered. And a lot of the Unica, dedicated Unica player base has pretty much silently but very noticeably been rising up in the top eights, I would say. Like it's not really a week that goes by without seeing a Unica in something like the Geek League or Extras or Paragon or just any one of these like really big tournaments.
Yeah, Unica's not necessarily like a very strong character, just a very consistent character. And that's sometimes all you need in a tournament. Because like there's good characters out there, but they're just not consistent. That's how I feel about like characters like Axel at the moment, where it's like they're good, but it's not really consistent due to either like matchup issues, just like the amount of health that a character has, or just like how punishing your risk reward is. But Unica just has a pretty stable risk reward, very stable buttons, very stable options. Has access to a high-low, projectile, just DP, a lot of good options. And it's really hard to beat the consistency of a character like Unica.
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, only time will tell, as we are in the middle of this patch, and there is still a little bit of discussion being thrown around, you know, who really did win this overall patch. I have seen Axel get thrown out as an overall winner of this patch. I have seen Nagoriyuki be thrown out as a winner of this overall patch. Like, it's really tough to tell, as like the usual suspects are all the way up there. But I still think that Unica, a very consistent pick, still probably like one of the better winners of this patch.
For sure. I mean, I think ultimately the strongest winner of this patch is definitely Leo. Leo hardly got nerfed and is just still kind of doing Leo things and got a new move on top of that. So Leo right now is very strong. But enough about Leo. I mean, Slayer Unica is going to be very interesting. Slayer is one of the characters... Oh, I'm trying to remember what all of Slayer got hit with in the patch notes.
I mean, I can pull that up right now. Hold on.
Because Mamba Hunch is no longer plus regardless of the range. So it's a lot more difficult to just kind of force your way into neutral.
Yeah, one of the big things that he did lose was actually his pile bunker loops, unfortunately. And
right.
for some reason, May was the one who actually somehow managed to pick that up. So a lot less, I would say, consistent damage off of stray hits for Slayer. But I mean, he doesn't really need it all that much. Just some of the Oki that he gets off of some of his shorter combos can make up the difference for losing that. And I mean, 6 heavy as well, getting its recovery changed as well. Not a bad compensation buff for that, I would say.
For sure. The other thing to note is that his identity set follow-offs got a little bit worse. So his overhead and high are a little bit slower. They're a lot more fuzzyable, but they have more rewarding hits. So there's a few things to keep in mind with how you want to approach Slayer's offense now. It's a lot more interactable as opposed to just like, oh no, I have to hold the high-low and maybe like a Master's Hammer.
Absolutely. Well, his time is starting to tick away. Elucid, no. Trying to sneak into Hero Burst a little too late, and Caliber sniffing out the danger, able to block it out and take that first round, and Elucid's burst along with it. Now round 2, Caliber pinned against the corner. Good pressure sequencing from Elucid.
Yeah, look at how Elucid's structuring his pressure now in this patch, of doing a lot more stagger pressure as opposed to trying to run Dendy set mix.
Oh, getting the side swap, and Caliber aggressively spinning the burst, so that way Elucid remains trapped in the corner. Punish counter.
R slash cutting through. We are able to get that hard knockdown, find the cross up with the pile bunker. We are going to get a little bit of loops. This should be enough as the pile bunker comes in hammering through, evening up the set.
Burst is in favor of Elucid because of that late burst in the first round, Caliber having to use it in that second one. Now Elucid back against the wall, no tension at all to try and YRC or sneak something in there. Spots the opening though, able to make their way back to mid-screen.
A lot of just kind of playing patient here. Caliber able to stuff out a lot of Elucid's approaches. Elucid trying to play the role of the aggressor in this match right now. Not really too concerned about trying to navigate through Caliber's buttons, but Caliber's just been doing a good job of stuffing out a lot of those approaches. Finding a good anti-air 5P, forcing the burst in the DP.
Elucid's got to be extremely careful. Any hit will actually result in his death. Meanwhile, Caliber, you've got to burst right now. Waits until the last possible second to do so, but ooh.
A little bit hasty on that charged laser, giving Elucid the opportunity to jump right in with the GS.
Absolutely. I mean, good call from Caliber with the timing of that burst. Unfortunately, getting or committing to those lasers is definitely one of Unica's weaknesses. That long recovery on laser when it's not blocked, more likely than not, means that you are losing at least 20%, if not more, of your life bar.
For sure. And it's always so scary whenever you're just in the corner against Slayer, because now instead of just like trying to go for high low, it's where do I press is the question all of a sudden. It's and especially with how well Slayer can, I mean, I know Slayer lost the ability to convert some straight hits like really, really well, but even anytime you have 50 meter, which Slayer builds, I'd say, relatively fast, I mean, you can take a lot of damage just from any hit, honestly.
Absolutely. I would agree with you right there. But game 2 now, Caliber, a very early lead. No player wanting to burst just yet. Good IB. However, the follow-up counter from Caliber means that Elucid does have to give up burst. Now, trying to bring Caliber to the other side of the screen, but Caliber choosing to burst.
Gonna find yourself some nice little hard knockdown and start running our pressure here. Guard Crush Laser. 5K finally gets marked though. Catching Caliber's match with the Close Slash. This is going to be a lot of damage. We are going to drop the combo, unfortunately.
And it's just so much more difficult to get those pile bunker loops going that you really want if you're Slayer. Caliber, we're going to try and even up these life bars. Any hit might actually result in a win here for Caliber at this point.
Good DP here from Caliber, trying to stop any sort of special cancels, but Elucid's trying to play the aggressor once more. It's not going to be enough just yet. Oh, OTG will make it just enough for that 5H.
Just barely enough. Good job on Caliber, able to find that that routing for the win.
Mappa Hunch through the laser before the startup. Pump bunker. We aren't going to RC it. Interesting, we are just going to take the throw instead. Finding ourselves back to the corner.
Has to give up burst in order to get freed from the corner. Now Caliber. Good patience and a good neutral jump, meaning that Elucid, once again, back against the wall. Might be thinking about trying to YRC something here, but tap dust into the red Baikel sword. Not enough to kill, but Caliber is not out of the woods just yet. Any big hit could quickly even things up or go Elucid's way.
DP, not quite enough to kill yet. We are just going to try to play it safe, go for some projectiles. The beam will cut through though, catching, I believe, a Mappa Hunch.
Really tough to tell what that was there. Maybe catching Elucid on the step dash, but I think that you were right. It was probably a Mappa Hunch trying to come out. Regardless though, one game all, heading into game 3, no one's looking to change characters. Not at all.
Not at all. Overall, a very close set between these two so far. Elucid going to have to find a way to adapt here. Elucid been doing a lot of trying to really just kind of break through Caliber's neutral, but I'm curious to see if Elucid's willing to let Caliber come to them.
I mean, so far so good. Caliber trying to commit to the gun dipper, instead getting, I believe that was 2H there. Now though, Soma, Elucid, back against the wall, going to be sent through the wall thanks to the Baikel sword.
Ooh, and mashing on the Mappa Hunch. This is not good. OTG from the tumble. Gonna go ahead and spin the 50-meter for the hard knockdown and the ball break.
Yeah, just looking to get that burst back right now. What patience!
Strong anti-air fight. Be gonna lead into another wall break with super. Burst on the table for Caliber once again. But Elucid's burst building very quickly. Gonna go ahead and DP the fake safe jump.
Both players with burst available for them. There's an RC, so Caliber is still safe.
Spinning the burst here.
Trying to be a hero.
Confident in our ability to take the round here. Elucid's closing in very quickly.
K2D and the OTG heavy slash. The hero burst paying off for Caliber. Elucid now. Oh, we're gonna have to dig deep, I would say.
Good with punish on the far slash from Caliber. To be able to find the DP, keep that corner pressure going. Counter hit. This will be a full conversion with super 4 hard knockdown. This is not looking good for Elucid right now.
Yeah, just a run up throw there at the very end, catching Elucid, just holding block there. 2-1 lead now. But I mean, you can never count Elucid out. You can never count Slayer out. One super can easily bring us back to a Game 5 situation. We're just hopping right back in. We know what we need to do if we're Elucid. Meanwhile, if we're Caliber, we're calm, we're cool, we're thinking preemptively. We're thinking, what changes will Elucid make right now that I can cut off before it even comes into play?
For sure, and that's kind of the adaptations that you really need to make in these kinds of sets. Because if you sit back and feel like, oh, my game plan's working, I'm gonna win from this lead, you know, and then all of a sudden your opponent starts adapting and you're not ready for the changes that they're throwing at you. You have to be able to move fast on your feet and be able to think ahead of what kind of changes your opponent thinks they want to make. And then you have to predict them and adjust for that. Elucid already looking pretty strong, finding a good hit here with the power bunker for the wall break. Stun Dipper coming through once again.
Good juggle so far, and yeah, Caliber, unfortunately, no tension to get the hard knockdown, just has to go for the run-up 5P. Now, Elucid able to sneak in the tap dust, but a good aggressive burst from Caliber, putting Elucid in the corner.
Trying to get some damage off of those overheads, no meter behind it though. Mostly just trying to catch Elucid playing a bit of a scared block, but Elucid ready to kind of adjust for that defense.
If I'm Elucid, I'm thinking of bursting right now. I'm going to keep it a buck. I think that Caliber, just one hit on Caliber and you can steal this round. However, Elucid is going to think better of it, going to keep that burst in pocket. Set point now for Caliber. Good round start.
If I'm Elucid right now, I feel like I would want to save my burst for whenever my opponent starts to escape the corner. If I burst in neutral, my opponent is going to have, especially against Unica, they have access to laser, they have access to JD, and they can zone me out really easily. So right now, I'm thinking like, how can I utilize my burst to force my opponent into another, to reset my offense?
Plus frames. Oh no, catching Elucid, jumping, and now Elucid finally having to pull the trigger on the burst. However, a great conversion. Hero burst from Caliber, keeping Elucid in the corner, just needs one more hit.
Oh. That 5K is so long that 2D makes it so easy to follow up from any distance.
The long legs of Slayer saving Elucid here. Still set point for Caliber, but Elucid, maybe a little sigh of relief before this round start happened. Now though, big damage coming through. Oh,
this is not good if you're Caliber right now. You had all this momentum that you were doing so good. You almost had this set just last round, and now you're getting yourself crossed up, you're getting RC, and you're getting pile bunker loop over and over. You have to play patient, play some distance, gonna go ahead and whip into the far side, get the hard knockdown, not focusing on damage thanks to the damage penetration from Pure C.
Good Baikel sword pushing Elucid all the way back, but yeah, good wake up there at the end. Elucid bringing it to a game 5.
Not down just yet, Lucid says.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
It was unfortunate too. That was such a good burst on that set point that Caliber had, and Elucid just not having their offense tight enough. Elucid finding a 5K and really just turning that set around from there.
Well, best of one now at this point. Who is going to take it all? There we go. We are loaded in.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Let's rock.
Gotta go ahead and get some of the laser beams going.
That DP from Caliber has saved their life so much. And Elucid now. It'll get burst from Caliber. Oh no, getting caught on a mash, and Caliber now dragging Elucid all the way to the left side of the screen, but a defensive burst out from Elucid does net them corner now.
Within the 2S, within the far side, but it doesn't matter, we're just gonna slam 2H and call it a day.
Just looking for a whiff punish with those preemptive buttons, I would say, but Elucid now, first shot at set point. Is it the only one that you're going to need? What a Master's Hammer counter hit!
Momentum shifted. Caliber able to find a nice little hit on the dandy step. DP saving them from the 2H, but not saving them from the follow-up. And that'll be just enough. Pile bunker through the wall. Elucid turning it around 3-2.
Absolutely. Great job on Elucid. Gonna make it into top 3. Gonna be facing down Clockwork Design here in the near future. Now we're gonna head down to our loser's side. Caliber gonna be having to face down the winner of Vincent Abadi versus Dr. Doom. Meanwhile, and Red Ion and the Natural Nut are actually going to be playing to get into loser semifinal, as unfortunately Nan choosing to DQ out tonight.
I'm trying to remember who the Natural Nut plays.
The name rings a bell. It's just I do not remember who it is for them. I mean, I am taking a look at their profile right now, and it is Asuka on their profile, but let's see who they choose to lock in.
For sure.
And Red popping in right now. We did see them earlier. Unfortunately, we weren't able to see them play. They are showing the Ramlethal Valentine to kick things off. Natural Nut, on the other hand, I hope you're here.
It might just be the curse of Dreadland.
Maybe.
And Dreadland will never have an opponent show up for their match. There we are. Looks like we've got the Happy Chaos.
Happy Chaos. I think this is actually going to be the first Happy Chaos that we have seen in the factory since he was temporarily banned due to precautions. As I think I might have just gotten disconnected. I unfortunately do not see... I don't see their name. Oh no, I'm loaded in. For some reason, the Natural Nuts name and all of their info just did not show up on my side. So
weird strike moments.
Absolutely. So, yeah, happy.
Sorry.
No, I was about to say, you know, Happy Chaos, brand new character. We haven't been able to see him all that much on stream at all. Actually, I do want to correct myself from an earlier statement that I did make. We did see Happy Chaos for the first time last week, so Natural Nut going to see what they can bring to the table right now.
Oh, that far slash is massive. Gonna be able to spin the RC to Roman cancel.
Big back throw. Yeah, just pinning and Red Ion or and Redlawn to the corner thanks to that doppelganger.
And a nice little air to air with that JS there. But go ahead and get some offense going. Catching the
Able to
mash, wake up.
Doppelganger, a really nice tool to have for Happy Chaos, getting that moving wall going. And Red, though, just swinging for the fences right now. Natural Nut, 3 bullets in the chamber, spending them all right away. And Red Ion, and Redlawn. It's I don't know if that's supposed to be an L or an I. And Red, though, able to seal it up.
The curse shutting down the sword toss actually once again.
No focus. And only a bullet in the chamber. This is actually really bad for Red here.
Going through the wall. Gonna go and spin the 50 meter for the super, interestingly enough. Does not reload bullets anymore, so.
I'm not sure if what the game plan was for Natural Nut there. Maybe trying to catch Red pressing. Regardless, though, able to find another reload. Able to spend the remaining 50 on the other Deus Ex Machina. And Red able to sneak in a gold burst. Wait a minute. Really trying to go for this comeback here.
Looking for burst here. Gonna go ahead and have to spend it after the S-sword toss. 1 hit for each player, and we're gonna go ahead and just get the clean gunshot here from the Natural Nut taking the first game.
With the last little bit of focus as well, and the last bullet in the chamber. Good job by Natural Nut, able to control the battlefield at the very end. That's really what Happy Chaos is starting to look like he has to do right now. He can't really go for as heavy mix-ups as he previously was capable of, whether that be thanks to the new tension penalty completely killing positive bonus tension gain, whether that be because Deus Ex Machina now no longer reloads, whether that be because Curse Ball now doesn't travel full screen.
Curse Ball is so weird this patch. Like, why did they make it a projectile? I'm so confused.
It's one of those things that, like, the implications of it is so funny because it being like an actual projectile now, meaning that you have to block it, is messing up so many people I'm seeing.
It really is. Like, Chaos can just like exclusively zone with Curse Ball potentially.
Absolutely. I mean, a half screen traveling projectile is good no matter what game you're playing.
For sure. I mean, it's not really leave you plus or anything, but it's enough to shut down some approaches.
And Red able to take that first round. Now a back throw incident going in the way of Natural Nut. Focus is a little low. Only 3 bullets in the chamber. We got to manage these resources and manage them very carefully.
A few gunshots spent here. Gonna go ahead and get the roll cross up. Not getting a full conversion off of it though. We have been looking for that 5 through the entire set. I don't know what we were doing, but you go, girl.
Absolutely crazy. Able to get the full charge tap dust there. The unreactable and Red able to draw burst out very early on. Doppelgangers get dissipated.
Trying to return the favor with their own charge dust. 2K catching the fuzzy jump on that sword explosion.
Letting the full Rekko lock. or full Rekka lock and able to get the fadeaway sword swing there. Not dead yet. Natural Nut with 4 bullets in the chamber and a full focus bar, but unfortunately not teching the throw. We are all tied up, one apiece.
Just like that, and Redlon is able to make some very, very quick adaptations in this set. Momentum already looking like it's shifted a little bit, but we'll see how the Nut can adjust their game plan.
And only time will tell. I mean, I do also have to hand it to the Happy Chaos mains now. The character definitely is looking a whole lot weaker, having to struggle a little bit more to get that offense that you once did have. But, I mean, your boy, the man himself, Jack, still putting on these amazing performances with Happy Chaos. So if you're a Happy Chaos main, you know that your character still has the sauce.
I mean, yeah, I don't think Happy Chaos is bad or anything, so to say. Just a lot more in line. I haven't really seen a lot of Chaos this patch. I'm curious to see what Chaos can do so far, but I need to watch more of Jack and see what he's been up to. Either way, the Nut able to take another round off of Redlon.
Absolutely massive. And Red. Oh no. You gotta dissipate the doppelganger, unfortunately. That moving corner. Natural Nut. Trying to keep away and Red. Good 5Ps though. First gone now for both sides. Natural Nut only having 2 bullets left in the chamber. Able to sneak in a reload. No more focus.
And Redlon looking kind of in a scary position here, but we are able to get a sword toss. Get our offense started. Send out the S-sword, trying to get an overhead, but block the overhead, but it won't matter because we get caught by the sword explosion instead. Spinning the 50 meter for the hard knockdown. We're back in this game. YRC, get me out of here.
Definitely was feeling that there was going to be a Deus Ex Machina coming behind that, but good job by Natural Nut, able to thread the needle.
Saw Renfall flinch for one moment and immediately started pulling that trigger. The Nut putting another game on the board.
Absolutely crazy, just barely able to dodge that sword toss there at the very end. Now, set point now for Natural Nut, looking to qualify into top 4.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Defensive round start here from the Nut, but getting a nice little gunshot here to start off our first round of game 4.
Yeah, and Red, just too much neutral jumping in that round start, and Natural Nut shooting them out from the air. Now a burst having to be spent from and Red just to try and get some offense started, but Natural Nut, my lord, able to sneak in another charge tap dust.
Cross up into throw. Natural Nut set point now.
Duel 2.
Natural Nut looking on fire right now. And Red, though, is not going to stop swinging on these round starts. Able to get that big counter hit. Now Natural Nut trapped against the corner, having to keep in mind of everything that's happening, but fighting their way out. Hold on.
Double, oh, again and again. Back and forth with where he's going to be, and we're going to try it again, but it's not happening this time. No more funny business here. We'll get another throw of our own. And we're going to go into the hero burst. We want to be a hero. Who here is a hero? Unfortunate. Chip damage.
I cannot believe that was chip damage. I thought for sure that Natural Nut just got caught clean there.
Interesting. And the Natural Nut still had the gun out and everything. I don't know what happened there.
I don't know either, but a bad round start now. Natural Nut playing from very far behind, able to hit the combat roll mix-up. Now starting a little bit of the strike throw game plan. Tap does get reacted, and the Morobato reversal punish as well. And the final sword swing will bring us to another game 5.
So much for finishing by the second hour. A lot of game 5s here tonight.
I mean, we said it earlier. These small tournaments, they can be lethal. The talent depth can be there a lot of the times. And Red looking to send our Happy Chaos home tonight.
It's going to be a close set. We'll see how each player adapts. We've seen a lot of funny business here from the Natural Nuts. A lot of cross-ups and going for these charged dust. I'm curious to see if any sort of maybe, you know, sometimes the unexpected is what works best, but now that it's expected, how do you adjust your game plan?
Tough to tell. Natural Nut already down burst, run up gunshots do connect, and that forces Red to give up their own burst. 2 bullets still in the chamber there for Red. Or I'm sorry, the Natural Nut rather. Swords starting to come back though for Red.
Running a little bit of stagger pressure here as we try to get ourselves back on track with the bullets. Bait and throw. Super full wall break, we charge those swords.
Good mash out now, pulling out the gat. We are definitely going to be taking this one all the way to the wall. Unfortunately, not enough focus to get off that final gunshot.
Trying to see what Redmon is trying to do below them, but unfortunately we are going to be sitting through the wall, hard knockdown, all swords on deck. We do have burst from the aftermath. We'll see if we spend it. We've been here before, and yes, we are going to spend it. We are confident that we want to take this round here. We want the lead as soon as possible, but we are running low on focus. 6P will not be enough to stop the sword toss.
Unfortunate, and now Red on set point. Natural Nut needing to dig deep here. The headbutt does get a counter hit, and that immediately forces the burst out. Now, good gunshot. Tap dust getting blocked. No third charge dust this time.
Oh, and there we go.
There it is, though. It was only a matter of time.
Nice little anti-air here to close out the round. Both players now on set points.
Game final round. Here we go. Who's going to take it? Oh, nickel and diming is the Natural Nut, and finally able to get that big wall splat. Deus Ex Machina is the call for the hard knockdown. Also going to be charging up this burst, maybe get a deflect shield, maybe a counter blitz if you're lucky to end things off. Red pressured into pulling the trigger on the burst.
Overhead getting caught, but no full conversion as it was late into the explosion, but we are going to find the counter hit close slash. Not quite the conversion that we were hoping for, though. We have full meter from Redmon. This could go either way, but if this just goes a little bit further, enough gunshots will take out Redmon from the bracket. Natural Nut moving on.
We're going to be locking up that top 4. Meanwhile, Vincent Tabati and Dr. Doom are going to be going to have to play a little bit of winner stays on for right now, as I believe, unless Caliber is in the middle of their other bracket by the time this one finishes up. But expected matchup is going to be Milia versus Nagoriyuki, so this one is going to be very fast no matter how you slice it.
For sure, and it's going to be a matchup that you definitely don't want to miss. 2 big hitters from both players. A lot of damage can be thrown either way. Nagoriyuki is another one of the big winners this match, honestly. I would argue that Nagoriyuki is probably top 2 right below Leo. I think just being able to spend a lot of that blood, just really with the new move, being able to kind of stop the blood flow for a little bit, and some of just the big damage and the crazy neutral options that Nagoriyuki has access to makes him just such a strong character right now.
Absolutely, yeah. And in that same vein as well, that new move that he has, just being able to stave off a blood pop and give yourself a little bit of extra time to try and make sure that blood pop doesn't happen. That is a very nice quality of life thing to have for Nagoriyuki. But not only that, the amount of times I've seen Nago be able to steal around because of that is kind of insane.
It really is. Nago's just one of those characters that you cannot ever count out. Always big damage on deck and available at his disposal whenever he wants it.
Letting the intros rock. God, this new color for Milia is like really interesting.
It's really nice. Nice counter hit JK here to start off, forcing the burst from Dr. Doom. Trying to find a 2H, not gonna get whip punish though.
Overhead does connect, and now the blending has begun. Dr. Doom gonna already be sent through the wall thanks to Septum Voices though, so hard knockdown. What's gonna be the mix? Nice 5P to escape.
Trying to play a little bit of a patient game here, trying to figure out how to lock down Vincent right now, and so far 5K connects, getting a big chunk of damage out.
Big burst out. Able to get that low hit, set up another disc, go same side, doesn't try to steal the corner, but able to get the follow-up thanks to the Capel. Super is going to seal it up. First round on the board for Vincent.
Vincent just doing such a good job of playing these whip punishes here. Ready for a lot of what Dr. Doom is throwing out. Trying to space him out and make sure that they can float out of Dr. Doom's range.
Counter hit there for Vincent, able to convert into the Septum Voices for the full conversion. Doesn't get the wall stick, instead actually gets the corner steal, and now Dr. Doom very low on life. Only just now entering that third blood gauge.
We had a little bit of momentum, but it just wasn't really enough. Vincent the Baddie able to escape the corner with a Capel into an air hit.
First game on the board for Vincent the Baddie. We'll see, though, can Dr. Doom adapt, or is Vincent going to be running away with it? Facing down Caliber here.
I don't know what to make of Milia this patch, honestly. Like, she seems good, but I don't think she's, like, as good as a lot of the other characters, like Nagoriki, Leo. Some of the other characters, she's got that issue that I was mentioning earlier of consistency, where she's got some matchups that just aren't really great for her, and it kind of dampens her performance in some tournaments. But right here, I mean, Vincent making it look like Milia has no weaknesses. Playing a very patient defense, getting a hard knockdown with the throw. Gonna go ahead and opt for a JH mix-up. Forcing the burst.
It's very funny that you mention how Milia looks, because, like, you know, the thing is that I feel like Milia players are now committing to more like smaller combos and trying to keep damage up by going for a lot of these small resets.
Ooh.
But a lot of these like big damage characters like Nagariyuki, like Potemkin, like Gold Lewis, you know, a lot of them just do not care about it. Death by 1,000 cuts just does not matter in some of these matchups.
For sure, and it's always just so hard. It's like, how many interactions do you have to win in order to get that round in? And you're putting in so much work, and then you just get hit by one twitch and it exploded for nothing.
Here we go. I called it earlier, but car crash neutral on full display. Vincent just throwing everything against the wall, seeing what sticks. Dr. Doom really priced into playing super defensively and looking for the one opening that Vincent is providing.
Finding some good opportunities for throws here, where Vincent's kind of a little bit lacking. Going for a charge dust, I think, but not able to have enough time.
Another small combo. I cannot believe that Capel did not connect, especially seeing how many other situations that Capel hits from so far away. But Vincent able to get the full conversion. Wall damage will seal it up there at the end.
Almost just not enough to kill, but luckily the wall damage does not get scaled, which is so nice.
Absolutely.
Vincent looking pretty confident here. We're already up 2-0.
Vincent probably trying to help us make up for a little bit of lost time with those game 5 situations that we were in. Dr. Doom, though, Wants to
Dr.
extend
Doom
this
count.
set.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Oh, that blood gauge!
Oh my goodness, there it is. That's what we're looking for. Dr. Doom has been trying to make these JDs work for him so much.
Yeah, throwing out a lot more air buttons, I would say, in this round, just trying to catch Vincent in the middle of the air. However, it's very dangerous when you try and go into Milia's territory, but a good bait out on the YRC, and Dr. Doom finally able to get around on the board.
Very confident round two as we're just kind of making some adaptations and recognizing how Vincent likes to move in this matchup. Looking for where they want to be in the air and trying to shut those airspaces down.
There we go. There's that big damage of Nagoriyuki. One more combo could easily be the difference between life and death here. Trying to sneak in a gold burst, but unfortunately not close enough.
Ooh, 2H, cutting straight through that last bit of HP.
Absolutely, and in the blink of an eye, there we go. Dr. Doom finally on the board. Yeah, the game plan is starting to get there for them.
Getting closer. One game on the board, and that was very quick. We could just get another game, bring it to a game 5 just as easily, but Vincent probably already getting ready to adjust some of the way that they're moving. Starting to move on the ground as opposed to jumping in the air on that round start, but we're back in the air already. Capel trying to get out of the throw here. Bait the burst.
Through the wall we go, thanks to Septum Voices. Hard knockdown, starting to charge back up this burst in preparation for the next round. 2K, 2D, disc not getting blocked the right way. It's not going to be enough to kill. Going to need one more reset. There it is. Set point now for Vincent.
A very convincing round. This is not the way that you want to see things going if you're Dr. Doom right now. You have to figure out a way to kind of shut down Vincent's speed as much as possible before it takes off with a 3-1 victory.
Second hit of the DP gets blocked, and now Dr. Doom back against the wall. Gonna have to contend with Vincent just dancing around here.
He's a throw, and he's trying to escape the corner. 6P's gonna stop that in its tracks, though.
You've got 50 tension, able to get the big hit, just unable to get the full pickup. Life bars are just about even. Dr. Doom just needs one solid hit.
There it is. No, did you just get, but the throw will clean it up. Dr. Doom still grabbing that lifeline.
Absolutely. 6D though for Vincent does put them on the right foot. Now, Dr. Doom once again back against the corner, going to have to guess on every single mix-up. But getting sent through the wall regardless, does have burst backup, but this is looking dire. Getting caught by the disc, has to burst out.
Counter hit, just what we need, force the burst. Just need 1 or 2 more interactions to really make this count, but Vincent gonna go ahead and find a hard knockdown mix-up. This should just be enough. We do have 50 meter on deck right now if this doesn't wall stick. And through the wall we go with another JG. Vincent the baddie. 3-1.
Absolutely great job by Vincent Dabati. Unfortunately for Dr. Doom, going to be sent home in a tie for 7th place. Meanwhile, I think that Caliber is still playing their other set at the moment. So Lucid and Clockwork Design going to be determining who makes it into grand finals here shortly, I believe.
This will be an interesting set to see. I don't know if I've ever seen Slayer Zato.
I mean, I could tell you I've seen that half a dozen times in other Guilty Gear games.
Yeah, like same here, but just not Strive.
Oh no, we are going to actually go winner stays on. Caliber and Vincent Dabati. If Caliber is still here. So expected matchup will be Unica versus the Milia Rage. So it's going to be very interesting to see what exactly is going to occur. But I do also want to take this time, again, thank you everyone for taking time out of your day to watch some amazing Guilty Gear. Shout outs, by the way, if you haven't already done so, please go ahead and follow all of the socials for Team Factor, whether that be the Twitch, whether that be the Twitter, or the YouTube as well. If you want to watch some of Team Factor's finest take on a little bit of a challenge, as Ingrid recently came out and 6 of us on the team were challenged to complete her trials as fast as possible. We do have a video detailing what exactly went on over there. So please go ahead and check that out if you feel so inclined. Also, just a reminder as well, we do have a Matcherino running in for tonight's tournament as well. Starting pool was $10 thanks to the 10 registrants, but if you want to contribute a little bit as well monetarily, you are free to do so. Matcherino being sent in the chat right now. We thank you, the players thank you, and it does show Matcherino that, hey, maybe you can trust us with a couple of codes, you know?
Yeah, please support us how you can. We cannot do this without all of you here. So thank you all so much for coming out just today.
Absolutely.
And hopefully, let's see, where is Caliber right now?
I think that Caliber is actually still playing their tournament set, so we will have Clockwork and Elucid, actually.
Sounds good.
Also, I do want to shout out one more thing. Oh, Caliber's in a stream match right now? Okay.
Oh,
that
fun.
makes sense.
Nice.
Yeah. Do also want to shout out one more thing, as if y'all are not tired of playing any Guilty Gear at all, please be sure to register for Extras on Sunday, as now Extras is a part of 2 different leagues. There is the normal Extras League, which will be wrapping up here in about a month and a half's time. However, for the next couple of weeks, Extras is also going to be contributing to a special league called Road to the Top, in conjunction with not only TNS and Paragon, but also the Geek Weekly and did I call out Paragon? I believe I did. Valiant and the Crucible as well. Top placements will help you to qualify for a 20-person final day event, of which there is a $250 Matcherino prize pot in addition to the crowdfunding, and top 3 do get free entry into XQXL at the end of the day.
All right, and we're jumping right into it. Slayer Zato.
Duel 1.
Winners semis. Or is this winners finals?
This is winners finals.
Ooh.
Second place guaranteed for the winner.
Making good work of that opposed, just trying to make sure that Elucid can't have any opportunity to approach. Nice little 6 feet here is going to shut off the air dash. Big damage here, 5D. And just like that, you're gone.
This is what I was expecting. I'm not even going to lie. Elucid just going to need that first hit and just absolutely run with it. Meanwhile, Clockwork Design going to really need to take their time, just dissect Elucid piece by piece.
Stuck in that corner, you don't really have a lot of defensive options, 5D, but we are going to be able to bait the burst here.
No punish, unfortunately, on the baited burst. Elucid still alive and kicking. Now finally able to thread the needle, bring Clockwork all the way to the other side of the screen.
Fighting on the offense is Clockwork, but we do find a nice little 2P to shut off the Eddy, but it won't matter though, so it's not quite enough to stick to the wall.
I think that mashing away that Eddy actually saved Elucid there. However, at the end of the day, Eddy is the backup needed for Clockwork Design to bring it to a 1-all situation. Now, repositioning. Unfortunately, the leap not catching Elucid the way that Clockwork wanted it.
Oh, that really sucks. Elucid now on the offensive here. Trying to find a way through, but we are going to be able to get a wall break here from Clockwork.
Elucid, there is no way that you typed that in the middle of this set.
Some people just be out-tabbing sometimes. Just absolutely not paying attention to the set. Or just like typing within 5 seconds of the round change. You know, whatever your combo...
I mean, I always make the joke, you know, whenever you join Team Factor, you just start, you know, doing stuff like that.
Yeah. Look away for just a moment. Look back and Lucid coming out on top for this first game. You know, sometimes auto combos just get long and boring, and you just have to switch over to the Twitch stream and type something in.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with Eddie loops again. I don't want to look at this.
Duel
1. First gone now for Clockwork Design as we are in the middle of game number 2. Elucid, once again, starting off a little bit slow, trying to figure out just exactly what sort of adaptation they need to make. Oh no! The back of the elbow pushing Clockwork Design the wrong way. However, we're able to clean it up here.
YRC, get off me. We do not want to deal with any more of that Slayer offense that Elucid has been threatening so well. We are minus here, but we are going to find ourselves a nice little mashup, shutting down Eddie once again. Highlunker not exactly doing the trick yet. We are just going to take the side swap with the corner.
Clockwork now. So far, so good. Elucid really going to have to work to get in range. However, Clockwork has done most of his job for him.
Highlunker through the oppose after canceling from that 2P. Recognizing the jump from Clockwork. Got the munchies here. Had to spin the burst in that universal counter.
Would have been dead otherwise. However, Elucid still in a fantastic position. Pile bunker looping. Super Mappa hunch. Not enough to kill thanks to the proration. But it's still a perfect at the end of the day.
That 5K has been putting in so much work in this bracket alone.
Elucid now a 2-0 lead. Clockwork gonna really need to lock in and get this reverse sweep in order to guarantee themselves grand finals. Otherwise, gonna have a mountain to climb no matter who makes it to losers finals. I'll tell you that.
For sure.
Again, the elbow hitting from the back.
Elucid has done really well at delaying his anti-airs against Clockwork. Recognizing that Clockwork just kind of wants to float above and bait out something, Elucid's just been kind of waiting, being patient on the 6Ps. Good block on the cross-up, but we aren't ready for the throw. Nice corner swap into the corner. Low cutting down, but we are out of Eddie Gage here. Kind of in a scary position now. Eddie Gage is back, but we're on the defensive at this point.
Now Lucid able to slip in from behind and seal it away. Now, first set point probably only needs the one unless Clockwork Design can pull something out from the hat.
A little bit of stagger pressure here, trying to spin the RC to keep it up, force the burst from Clockwork. Back to this kind of like zoning playstyle that Clockwork has found pretty comfortable with poking out Elucid from a distance with Eddie.
Absolutely, but there Eddie goes thanks to the 2P, and now Elucid smelling blood in the water, just looking for this kill, and has successfully found it. Elucid, no big surprise, locks up grand finals tonight.
Big 3-0 here from Elucid moving into grand finals. It's gotta feel good. Down at the loser side, we have quite the lineup of the players here.
Absolutely. It's going to be winner stays on now for all of loser side. We've got Caliber and Vincent DeBatty to kick things off. Following that will be Natural Nut and then Clockwork Design to determine who makes it into the grand finals there. Oh, man.
Let's see if Caliber's ready. We see Caliber typing in, just finished the match. Perfect timing.
Absolutely.
Just waiting on Caliber here for just a moment. Should be here soon.
Yeah, gonna be kicking things off again. Unica versus Milia.
Something that's really interesting about this patch is, like, if you don't have like a dedicated anti-air button that's not 6B, your anti-air game is not really that strong with the nerf of Close Slash. And 6B having its previous nerfs, there's not really a lot of ways to shut down air approaches anymore.
Yeah, no, you are absolutely right. And I would also say, there's been this, in the same vein as well, there's sort of been this discussion lately that I've been noticing about potentially this game now starting to become a game where you need to absolutely have secondaries. And I can definitely start to tell where people are coming from with that. I mean, I haven't personally... Actually, no. There has been exactly one other game where I have felt that way, and the overall feeling has been that way. And this is going to really date me if you know anything about the original or not the original, but rather the 2013 remake of Killer Instinct, because that was a game that was absolutely messed up to its core, and everyone needed to play multiple characters there. But that's neither here nor there.
Getting right into it, Vincent logging in with Amelia, Caliber with the Unica. I wonder how good that DP is at shutting down Million X. I guess we're about to see that.
I mean, on Unica's launch, it seemed pretty regularly that DP would regularly hit from so far behind her that I would have told you back then that, like, it was probably the best thing to shut down Melia. I don't know if they've actually fixed that issue since then. And it seems so far like Caliber is just ready to throw it out anytime that Vincent tries to go into the air.
For sure. Caliber not really wanting to deal with any sort of air approach, but we are going to bait the burst and get the nice little side swap. 4 hard knockdown, not quite dead yet, though.
Vincent, yeah, goes for the run-up. Unfortunately, Caliber not biting on the throw attempt, but still getting caught out by the very end.
Trying to play a little bit patiently here from both players. Vincent playing a very aerial game right now, and Vincent trying to figure out how to make those keep some space on the screen. But Vincent closing the distance very, very quickly, sending Caliber through the wall. That Capel will be connecting. We are going to get a full conversion. We do have burst on board, but we're looking for it with
make it unburstable, yeah.
Make it unburstable by spinning the 50-meter.
First game on the board for Vincent DeBatty, and I will say Caliber not really representing DP all that much. They seemed very eager to try and chase down in the air or try and throw some sort of air button out every time Vincent also went into the air. We'll see, though, what exactly is the adaptation.
I'm curious to see, because honestly, I would almost recommend playing a bit more of a grounded game from here. Trying to focus on figuring out where Vincent wants to land and covering that area.
Only one way to find out, as a early Bad Moon netting the first damage of this round. Vincent DeBatty, again, staying as mobile as possible, trying to play this car crash neutral, but Caliber, oh no, DP getting blocked and having to spin burst.
Find a nice little air-to-air JP. Not getting a lot of it though, but we do catch the landing with a throw.
They're finding the hit with the gun dipper. Now it's their turn. Vincent, fuzzy jumping. Still fuzzy jumping. Now making their way out. The Capel actually frees them.
That's not what you want to see right now. DP not getting any mileage. We are going to get the cross up and the wall stick. Not dead just yet. We still have the meter on the side of Caliber.
DPs for Caliber have just not gone their way at all. However, both sides very low on life. Vincent just buying time for that burst before ending the round there with the disc. Now round 2, here we go. Caliber trying to take the stance of the aggressor now.
Nice little double jump makes up there, forcing out a anti-air unsuccessfully from Vincent.
Overhead does get blocked. Now Gun Dipper blocked as well. However, it was enhanced, so still plus. Now Gun Dipper actually counter hits top attack, or I'm sorry, not top attack, DP combo, and through the wall we go.
Nice little hit there on the S disc, catching it in the air for a counter hit conversion. Just Red Up Plus is just all we need in this matchup. Caliber definitely playing a lot more grounded here, spending a burst, trying to keep Vincent in the corner, but Vincent's a little bit slavery with how they like to move around and use Capel a lot, but Caliber ready for the exit strategy, saying if you're not going to stay in one corner, you get to the other corner then. How about it?
Neither player with burst now, and final round, Caliber trying to even things up. Red Bifle Swords finding their mark, however, finally that one gets blocked, and now Vincent finding the opening that they need, trying to get this mix-up game started. Oh, but mashing on throw!
Caliber playing a much more grounded game unless they can confirm an air-to-air. It's been working out very, very well for them so far, as we even it up 1-1.
It's really going to be tough to tell. Again, winner stays on from here on in. Everyone's got to be locked in. Caliber. It'll get one on the board. We'll see Vincent now. What's the response going to be? Game 3, here we go.
DP with him once again, forcing the burst out from Caliber. Rare instance of counter hit air close slash.
Ooh. Dash up winger, guarantee that wall break. May try to sneak in a gold burst here just to get a little bit of extra positive bonus time. However, there it goes. Vincent now pinned against the wall. Caliber taking their turn.
Vincent block, keeping Caliber just close enough, but we are going to spin the PRC to make sure that we can get the air throw. No punish there. Cannot afford it at this time, but we're going to get sent right back into the corner. Caliber trying to get a cheeky little side swap here. Throw over knockdown, just need one more interaction. Big
throw! No! Vincent trying to wake up throw there at the very end. Unfortunate. And now Caliber taking the lead in the set.
Keep it plus no fuzzy jumping here with that overhead.
Look at that buster through the wall.
Her knockdown not looking great. Just what we need. Oh, just what we need. Spinning the burst here. Vincent still having burst on deck. Gonna go ahead and spin it immediately. No chances here. Air throw.
Using that screen freeze, reading what Vincent is actually doing, and oh, the laser not killing. The guts of Milia actually starting to kick in there.
Just need one more hit, but finding that one hit is so difficult. We go for DP again. It's just not going to work out for us. Vincent set points. Wait, is this point? Is this... No, not quite. We're 1-1 right now.
It would be 1-1. Vincent would take a 2-1 lead. if they are able to seal this up. However, Caliber not looking to let it happen. Now, Gun Dipper does find its mark. We're going to convert into the full combo. Overhead not blocked. Life very low for Vincent.
Waiting out a 6P here, trying to keep Vincent in the corner. Baited out another throw. Vincent just so trigger happy on that 5 or that 6D. Trying to get any sort of a defensive throw here to turn the momentum around, but Caliber really just willing to re-jump on those conversions.
Absolutely. 2-1 now for Caliber. A reminder, winner stays on from here on in. Caliber going to have to fight the Natural Nut next if they win. Vincent taking a little bit of time to think. I mean, the pace has definitely favored Caliber as things start to slow down, I would say.
For sure, Vincent's been making a lot of risky calls in some of their plays, and it's causing them to lose so much life against a character like Unico. You cannot afford to lose any HP in this matchup.
Here we go. Potential final game here. Caliber. Let's see what you got.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
DP spin the burst to keep the corner, but it's not going to matter. We're going to find ourselves a counter hit, hard knockdown, trying to push Vincent back into the corner in return. Vincent willing to kind of play defensively, jumping out and finding a nice little counter hit JH here. This will be a full conversion for us and a wall break.
Through the wall we go. Caliber just now crossing the half health threshold. Vincent, this round is looking a lot better than the previous couple have. It'll convert thanks to the Septum Voices. However, has to go for a reset. Gets it. Is Caliber gonna burst?
Not quite. Caliber just kind of... Oh, we are going to burst, actually. Try to keep the corner in this matchup, but we have one touch left. We flinch as the JS, or the Far Slash, cuts through.
Hero Burst, unfortunately, being a zero burst for Caliber right now. Vincent locking in that extra moment before rematching, definitely getting their mental in the right set. However, Caliber finding the weakness, able to break the walls down. Look at that damage.
Nice air throw is going to seal up the round. Caliber sitting on set point now.
Vincent with a full stick of burst available for them. Again, this neutral being played on both sides. However, it is Caliber going to be the first one to find the hit, and just like that, no more burst for Vincent.
Nice little wall break conversion here. Probably not going to have enough time to get burst back this round, but either way, we're going to find a nice little 2K2D. Spinning the meter for the full conversion. Returning back to neutral with Vincent sitting on full meter. A little bit scary if I was Caliber, but
Burst
we do have
available
burst
now.
and meter of our own.
Ooh, Vincent delaying, trying to catch a burst attempt from Caliber. However, that time bot might have just gotten Vincent burst back before the end of this round. There we go. BRC, PRC. No more meter left for Caliber. Burst now available for Vincent. Oh, trying to bait out once again. Caliber can't
goodness.
burst anymore, and it's going to be the 6P.
6 feet coming through here. Caliber just really willing to sit patient on that burst, but was a little bit too aggressive, trying to punish the failed burst baits.
Best of one now. We have gone the distance. Game 5. Vincent trying to lock in, trying to face off against the Natural Nut. Meanwhile, Caliber
Mankind knew that they cannot
really
change
just
society.
doing their best.
Instead of reflecting on themselves, they blame
Here we go.
beasts. Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Caliber getting so much mileage out of that JP air-to-airs against Milia. forcing Vincent to spin that burst already.
Tapple
No,
cap.
with DP.
Yeah. Priced into spending that burst because of that bad DP. And now Caliber on the back foot. Trying to lock down Vincent. Oh no! DP whiffs!
Overhead coming through, getting that nice little bit of damage here. Gonna go ahead and go for a fuzzy mix-up. Going low, but Vincent's ready. Or knockdown
Okay.
here on that stun dipper.
Ooh. Trying to bait out a throw from Vincent. However, Vincent not biting now. Both sides very low on life. Burst is going to come back for someone before the end of this round, I think. It's very
Vincent.
close. Caliber. Oh, there's negative penalty!
No more meter for Vincent this round.
K2D. Very dicey for Vincent, and there's the DP ripped out from Caliber.
Duel 2.
Moving into set point with a full stick of burst.
Because of that negative penalty, Vincent actually is not going to have burst except for the very end of this round if they can't get positive bonus. This is very dire for Vincent.
Vincent playing a little bit too defensively here. He's really getting punished for it, but that momentum's starting to pick up from Vincent. Now that we found that hit, that we're really just going to try to make sure that Caliber doesn't get a chance to breathe. We're back to neutral here. Caliber finding a nice little counter hit JK. No full conversion though.
DRC buys a little bit of time. Now positive is over. This burst going to be available for Vincent here in just a couple of seconds. Caliber, though, chasing down the JP does find its mark. Another low connects. No wall stick just yet. Caliber keeping the block string tight. Able to find another hit. Now simple throw. There we go. Burst gone. Ooh.
Very kind of a scrappy neutral right now. Both players trying to figure out where they can move in. Vincent knowing any mistake might be their last in the tournament.
Time is ticking away. Wait, hold on. Able to get the counter hit, just no follow-up. Caliber still has burst backup.
No.
Able to get the air throw. Ooh, gun zipper gets blocked, but it was enhanced. Falling button.
Interesting. Choosing to not return to neutral and not spin the burst here. Going to bet it all on these final rounds.
Absolutely, and I mean, I think that's well worth it for Caliber. That final 20 seconds there, you would have had to bet on your defense being absolutely immaculate or finding the one hit that you needed against Vincent. Now, though, Vincent off to a great start, full head of steam. Caliber struggling to keep Vincent locked down.
Oh, a little bit of a mess with the sequence there on that BRC. Would cost Caliber a potentially game-winning interaction.
Caliber still has burst, gets caught by the disc, has to spend it.
Cross up is not going to be quite enough, but one more touch from Vincent will seal out the set. Vincent trying to do anything. All that movement is coming through. Turbofall Capel, Turbofall Capel.
Vincent now playing very defensive, just looking for that one hit. The 6P will cash it out. Vincent stays on. Gonna be facing down the natural nut here in just a couple of moments. Ooh. Also the
What does ice ooh mean, Flame?
Also, I see that the chat has finally come alive for us. Yo, shout outs everyone. Thank you for showing up. And yeah, I will say, I love me a good timeout. Games are so hyper aggressive nowadays. Like a timeout, that is, you cannot tell me that isn't hype, especially when it's something like Marvel 3, even in this game, even in Street Fighter, you know, a good timeout is absolutely mind-meltingly amazing.
Flame, I want you to look into my eyes. What have I ever done to you? Have I ever wronged you in your life? Chat, kill this guy.
Mods, revoke his access to Newton's second law. here we are. It is a money match. Natural Nut versus Vincent DeBatty. Both players just waiting for the okay. Here we go.
Right into it. Both players having a pretty good run so far in this bracket.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Catching the jump attempt from the Natural Nut. Forcing the burst on the JH.
Immediately gone. However, Vincent reclosing distance. Half health already gone from Natural Nut, and then some. Still got full focus. Still got 3 bullets left. I mean, Natural Nut trying to get away, but Vincent DeBatty will not be denied. First round done.
Blow burst immediately. Get that meter up. We do have 50 meter on deck. We can do some pretty silly things like convert it off of this Bad Moon. Still 50 meter available. We are going to go ahead and get potentially the full quarter carry.
Natural Nut very low on life. Gold Burst attempt does not go their way, and Vincent still chasing down 2K2D. The disc going to convert, and Vincent, first game done. Speed running their way into that winner, hopefully into that losers finals.
No time to wait around. We spent too much time in that last set, Vincent said.
Immediately locking back in for this game 2. Natural Nut does have quite a hill to climb.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Roll through immediately getting bursted out, and now Natural Nut without any focus, and now Vincent finding the opening, just running away with it. Natural Nut does have to burst, does get another conversion off the combat roll though.
Spin the meter for the focus. We do have Curse applied. No chance to air dash out of that corner this time.
We'll sneak in that reload and get the wall break as well. Now positive bonus starting to roll on for Natural Nut. However, still getting caught on the falling button, and how's a return to sender for you. Positive bonus for Vincent.
Paracar coming all the way through. Burst is available. We are going to spend it. We want to not go behind any further in this set. A nice throw here. Can we get the mix-up?
Dangerous waters we're treading right now. Natural Nut, 1 shot left, and unfortunately well within range of the far slash of Vincent.
We did manage to get burst out from Vincent, but at what cost of your own burst?
Hell does find its mark, and now through the wall we go. Positive bonus starting to roll in for Vincent. But the 2K2D combat roll conversion for Natural Nut. We are not going through the wall just yet. We are just trapping.
Get the focus up before going through the wall. Still have 50 meter on deck. We are able to air here. No full conversion, however. BRC kind of messed up the launch trajectory. Then the hair car. We have the meter to make it work, really.
1 bullet left in the chamber for Natural Nut, having to spin that burst in order to get that full reload. Now Vincent trying to find 1 more hit. Life bars are just about even, but how many times have we seen this tonight?
I can't keep getting away with this.
Absolutely not. Natural Nut able to sneak in that full charge dust, make it a 1-all situation, trying to tie things up. However, Vincent not taking too kindly to losing that round like that, as here we go, winger through the wall, positive bonus, try and get some of this burst back.
Nice 5P, recognizing the double cross up with the Turbo Fall Kapow.
Gunshot into the throw. Again, keeping Vincent pinned down thanks to these doppelgangers. 2K, 2D, focus is gone, but still able to sneak in a reload before the wall break.
Trying to back up, stalling some time, but Millie's not a character you can run away from. Millie runs to you. Vincent with burst still on deck, but it doesn't really matter. You do have a little bit of meter to spend to get out of here, but Estes is going to close it out with its nice little quick startup.
Absolutely. 2-0 lead now for Vincent DeBatty. It is looking very easy for Vincent. I will agree with you there, Spookster. We haven't yet seen a reverse sweep, though. All of these game fives have been back and forth throughout the entirety of tonight. Will this be the first?
National still has some time to make things work. A good start to this round, forcing the burst punish on the hair card with 5k.
Punishing the approach with the gunshot. Now Natural Nut completely out of focus. This is Vincent's time to shine. Burst gone. Natural Nut. Setting up the wall and now running through it. Vincent, got to be careful with these high-low situations. Oh, but the run-up gunshot into the throw will seal it up. Natural Nut finally getting around.
Getting a little bit more confident in how to answer, how to approach Vincent's movement. Playing a bit more of a grounded game here, using Far Slash and 6P to try to shut down any of Natural Nut shenanigans.
No.
Uptick on the wall.
That's an accident from Vincent DeBatty, letting Natural Nut get off of that wall, however, still able to put him through it. Now Vincent. Full burst available, Natural Nut only just getting theirs. Curse Ball does get YRC'd. Oh no, not blocking the disc! We actually
hero. This should connect. Oh,
trades actually, and the run-up disc follow-up puts Vincent DeBatty on set point, and Natural Nut without any burst.
it's a scary situation to be in if you're Natural Nut right now. So confident, but we are able to get another charge 5D.
It's so crazy that Natural Nut has been able to sneak these in where they have, and Natural Nut, a very large life lead, not insurmountable by any means, as Vincent DeBatty, death by 1,000 cuts is the game plan right now.
Need a little bit more damage, and there it is.
Natural Nut finally on the board. And now, the question is, can Vincent lock it out, or is Natural Nut going to bring in a Game 5 situation?
Oh, part of me has a feeling that we're gonna find another game 5 just because of the way the night's been going, but who's to say? Vincent's been playing very, very strong all night.
Well, let's see what happens. Duel 1, let's rock. Oh no, Vincent trying to sneak in a gold burst, but unfortunately getting baited.
Unfortunately, this is huge for the Natural Nut right now. Through the wall, one bullet in the chamber and low on focus, but that might just be enough. Trying to play passive, go for the throw, OTG should be enough to close it out.
It most certainly was. Natural Nut now on a Game 5 point. Full reload thanks to the round ending and full focus. Able to get that great round start. And through the wall we go. Vincent really having to start taking some risks here.
Gold burst on the roll through. Keep the corner. This is the momentum shift that Vincent really needed in this match right now.
And actually, great momentum shift and also great risk taken by Vincent, just betting that the roll through was going to happen and just preemptively gold bursting. As Natural Nut, first Deus Ex Machina doesn't work, but able to convert it with the second one. However, fully out of bullets, and what a high hit counter hit. Are you no? Oh, what?
Oh, you're dead. Oh my goodness.
Duel 3.
Once again, sitting on that set point.
Bar slash does connect and means that Natural Nut has to give up the burst. Vincent getting juggled all the way to the other side of the screen. Now pulls the trigger before a wall break can be threatened. So far, however, getting caught pressing. Natural Nut now. Deus Ex through the wall. Going to be charging up this burst. Very low on life for Vincent. Going to have to be flawless from here on in. No, the safe jump! It's not a safe jump!
We went for throw that time, but it doesn't matter. We do find a 5P RC conversion.
And Natural Nut threatening the reverse sweep now, bringing us once again to another game 5.
It's going to be a long night so far.
I mean, we've got at least 2 more sets after this one, but Lucid and Caliber went to a game 5, and Red and Natural Nut went to a game 5. Vincent and Caliber went to a game 5. Your your 5th game 5 of top 8 being Natural Nut and Vincent the Baddie. Oh, this is one for the ages.
For sure. Natural Nut's been doing a lot more kind of like typical. Oh, nope, I spoke too soon. I spoke a little bit too soon. My bad. I'm sorry.
You were about to say that Natural Nut was doing a lot more typical Happy Chaos stuff.
I mean, no, I wasn't. No, I'm. Just forget it.
It's all good. Natural Nut, a very good life lead. However, spending the 50 on the BRC, pinning Vincent in the corner thanks to that doppelganger. Oh, that could have been lethal, but the toe taps at the very end, meaning Natural Nut on set point.
All the way back from a 2-0 deficit. A great start to this set point match too. This is exactly what you want to see if you're Vincent. Or sorry, not Vincent, Natural. First bait.
Oh
Ooh, no full conversion though.
First on now from Natural Nut. Vincent. Looking for the opening. Capel does connect. Capel connects again. It's not going to be enough to kill. This is going to be corner at least though.
One mix is all it takes, and we're into last game, last round.
Final game, final round. Winner gets paid.
Good cross-up back hit on that Capel there. Vincent suddenly shifting the momentum. The Nut has to spin the burst.
Had to. Focus is available. Got 5 of the 6 shots. 50 tension as well. This is going to be Deus Ex through the wall almost assuredly. No, doesn't get the wall stick for it.
Ooh.
No! Deus Ex getting bursted!
Attempting to look for that burst lockup, but Vincent kind of ready for it and gonna go ahead and spin the burst. We're just one mix of away. We're blocking it. We spin the wire, so you're in the corner now. Oh, 5D! You can't jump up, you can't escape. This is not gonna be enough though. Trying to get the corner, making sure that Vincent doesn't get a chance to return to neutral. That's it! Jumping over the hair card. J2K to seal the set. Reverse 3-0 from the Natural Nut. Not synthetic.
Absolutely. Natural Nut providing us with our first reverse sweep of the night. And your reward for that, going to have to go up against Clockwork Design.
I am looking forward to this one.
Absolutely. Clockwork going to be looking for that run back against Elucid. Meanwhile, Natural Nut just looking to have a shot at Team Factor's finest. A little bit of extra cash at stake. Both of these players earning $1 for their current position, but the difference between $1 and $3, well, that's two Arizona iced teas.
Would you rather have $1 or $3?
死の物質は見えた。どうでもいいです。
Zato versus Chaos. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Down start and already Natural Nut able to send Eddie away.
Able to narrowly dodge that leap here. Finding a little bit of a sting.
Early danger call on Natural Nut. However, Clockwork able to start recomposing and start applying pressure. Eddie once again being sent away, and Natural Nut taking the opportunity to try and take screen space, but accidentally getting back thrown and going to be sent through the wall because of it.
Not a lot of room to use Eddie neutral with how effective the gunshots are, but now we're on offense. It's our turn to run the stakes.
Natural Nut having to YRC out, only one bullet, having to spend the time on the reload, and the Doppelganger getting knocked out. Good first round.
I forgot about how effective Curse would be at shutting down Eddie.
Yeah, that is an excellent point, because as we said earlier, you know, Curse now actually dealing damage means that Eddie does get sent away. Jeez.
Indeed, yeah. It just covers so much area, you just throw it out after Zato does anything. I don't think it's a good matchup for Zato at all. It never really has been historically, but...
Waiter, another losing matchup to Zato, please.
Waiter, please, we're starving. Clockwork making it work, though.
Very low on life. However, here comes Amorphous trying to catch Natural Nut swinging. Natural Nut actually able to sneak in a gold burst somewhere. Oh. Trying to shimmy Clockwork Design out of their shoes, but getting back thrown because of it. And yeah, good oppose. Not able to get a follow-up for the kill. Now another Amorphous call. Not catching Natural Nut pressing. Very low on life, and the run-up gunshot will seal it. Natural Nut bringing us to a third round.
Yeah, the Nut has been mostly just focusing on a lot of like safer defensive options like fuzzy jumping and whatnot. But now catching the landing on that 6H.
First gone now for Clockwork. Meanwhile, Natural Nut run up, does find the hit. Now Clockwork has to be very careful in this corner.
Good air throw on that air dash after the 6H. Bolt through YRC. We're out of bullets. And we might be going through the wall, but we're gonna go ahead and spend the burst here. Use the curse to get rid of that leap.
Ooh,
There it is.
staggers the button and actually goes for a reset for the kill. Natural Nut sneaking out that first game. Holy cow.
Not quite too confident that the close slash would have counter hit, but probably caught him by surprise and refocused just for a reset throw. Clockwork showing a lot of good matchup knowledge here, but gonna have to figure out a way to deal with the curse ball of Happy Chaos and how to close that distance without losing Eddie.
I mean, this kind of loops back into what we were saying earlier about rare characters. Like, obviously Zato being a very rare character, but Happy Chaos's player base has just completely sunken into the ground thanks to the recent nerfs as well as temporary banning as of late, I would say. So maybe Clockwork Design not really able to get in the reps that they want to.
Potentially. But eventually, you might, Chaos was a very popular tournament character, so you're probably not used to the Chaos of this patch, but last patch Chaos, it's not too different.
Deus Ex Machina, will this actually punish? Yes, it will! Natural Nut staying alive, trying to bait out a button, able to get the punish counter now. Focus is up.
One speck of life left for the Nut, but one chance on offense might be all we need. Catching the flinch on the gunshot. That'll be enough to kill, oh my goodness. I almost want to say this match was worse than what it was. I mean, like, that curse ball is just a nightmare for Zalto to field, and I don't know how you get through that.
I don't know either, but Clockwork Design really just trying to find a way through. I mean, you do have the reposition with the Zato Labubu ball that you can try and do, but that seems like such a deep layer of Yomi thing that maybe it hasn't crossed Clockwork's mind yet.
Spinning the RC to get through the one hit of armor of oppose.
Morphus, does this catch anything? No. Clockwork Design has thrown out Amorphous so many times. I'm not sure if like it's just a desperation play or if they think that Natural Nut is throwing out something and just getting caught off guard.
Yeah, the Nut has been very comfortable just kind of sitting there, not really wanting to do anything super aggressive like Mash or anything, just figuring out a way to fuzzy jump out. Sitting there with that reticle on you, gun to your head, what do you do?
Yeah, just trying to shimmy Clockwork Design and eventually, able to find the hit. Clockwork Design now in a 2-0 hole.
How do you climb the mountain that is the Happy Chaos matchup at Zato?
I don't know. Again, this is just as we've been alluding to, this just feels like a really bad matchup for Zato, especially with the curse ball changes. We'll see though. Can Clockwork Design give us our second reverse sweep of the night? It is game 3.
Finding yourselves back into the corner again. Lone Gold Purse, checking for a match or anything. Cannot expect Natural Nut to do anything natural in this set.
Absolutely not. Here we go though. Run up, gets the clash, able to get a conversion. Natural Nut without any burst. Actually going to be sent through the wall. Holy cow! Sun Void, so that way Eddie is immediately ready.
No chance for escape, doing Pierce into close slash, but we find ourselves a nice little 5p RC. Trying to catch a reload with an Amorphous. Oh no, that's the curse bomb.
Ooh.
We finally get the hit that we've been looking for this whole set. We got a round.
Finally,
not out of it yet.
Finally seeing the tree through the forest and Natural Nut bleeding a little bit, and if it bleeds, you can kill it. Clockwork Design running the offense, getting another hit, another counter hit on Natural Nut's side. However, the back throw incident, Clockwork having to take a defensive posture, getting caught mashing and having to spend the burst.
Wall break from the single hit of leap, catching the jump in. Not looking on the back foot of this match now. Kind of a scary position to be in if you're Clockwork. You have to close out this round. You have to make sure that you can keep this lead of this game.
A little bit of shimmying from the Natural Nut. Tap Dust does find its mark, and now through the wall we go. Unfortunately, not spending fortunately for Natural Nut, not spending the 50 for the Deus Ex Machina. However, Sun Void is just going to be used as a reposition tool. Wait a minute. No, Eddie gets clipped. This is looking like it's going to be over for Clockwork this round, unless they can find something.
That long-reaching Duke able to finally reach on over to Clockwork.
Set
Immediately
point now.
the burst.
Natural Nut Burst is gone, however, not out of options. The single action army of Happy Chaos still very powerful. Man Grab gets jumped. Natural Nut, very low on life. Dust gets jumped, but the leap does find its mark. Natural Nut, very low on life. Good jump over the Sun Void. Good chase down by Clockwork, however, not converting. Still a pixel of life for Natural Nut.
We find the hit. Can we make the comeback, or is Clockwork Design finally going to find themselves on the board?
Once again, Curse Ball sending Eddie away. Half health finally getting crossed over for Clockwork. Another Curse Ball catching. Burst has to be spent. Natural Nut now truly on their final pixel.
Not going to quite be enough to kill just yet. We have one more interaction.
No way!
Gunshot stagger into a throw. Natural Nut shutting down the potential of any games being taken. Running away with a 3-0 victory.
An extra 2 Arizona iced teas earned by Natural Nut. Job well done. As Clockwork Design going to be sent home in 3rd place. Now, one final match for us tonight, and we are not going to waste any time. It is Elucid. It is Natural Nut. Natural Nut going to need to win 2 sets before Elucid wins 1.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
A lot of ground to cover here for the Nut. So far, the unorthodox methods have been working out for them, but will it work out for Lucid?
One way to find out. Already Elucid looking to send Natural Nut through the wall, and there we go. Super Mappa Hunch is the call in order to get that extra Oki.
Getting the plus strings with the Master's Hammer, do it again just for fun. Lucid already up and around in this set.
Natural Nut. Oh no, getting counter hit by the punch. Standing overhead, doesn't find anything. However, Elucid still in a pretty good spot. Still has burst, able to find the hard knockdown, but a panic back throw from Natural Nut does find its mark.
Big counter hit 2H there. Force spin the burst. 50 meter on deck. We're gonna go ahead. Oh, no RC there. Underneath the Mappa Hunch. Pure C damage deficit is gonna keep us alive for a little bit. Stare down into just dash up throw.
Elucid completely locked in tonight, wants the lion's share of the prize pool. 2 more games needed at this point. Natural Nut, do you have an answer?
Not a lot of times for adaptations here for Natural Nut. Running short on options. Have to make something work and fast.
Through the wall we go. Natural Nut. Already 20% remaining. That big damage that Slayer is known for. Ending the life bar in the blink of an eye. That was less than 16 seconds for that round.
Natural Nut's been taking a very defensive approach to this set so far, and it's just Lucid showing some patience and being like, okay, I'll wait to see what you do, and I'll punish it, and I'll adjust and make sure that you can't get anywhere away from me.
Natural Nut does have burst available, however, has to think about spending it right now. Elucid, big counter hit, immediately knows when Natural Nut is gonna want to burst, and again, in the blink of an eye, 2 games down. Elucid just trying to send us home early.
An absolute monster on the streets right now. Lucid, not wanting to waste any time. We've waited long enough.
Here we go. Potentially final game. Natural Nut going to need to dig in deep and pull out something from the bag of tricks.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
A little bit difficult to do some magic on the magician himself. Lucid getting ready for the final disappearing act.
Watch as I make your life bar disappear. Lucid, though, getting caught out by the RC. Going to be sent through the wall. Natural Nut. This has been their best shot of a round this entire game. However, Elucid able to find a big hit. Burst out comes out from Natural Nut. Just sends the haymaker. There we are. Tournament point now for Elucid.
$5D coming through on the overhead, forcing Elucid to burst. We're just trying to zone out the Slayer with the curse balls. Anything to give us space with the Mamba Hunch. A well-timed Mamba Hunch is going to make sure it's enough to shut it down. One more interaction. Cross up on the pile bunker. Cross up on the pile bunker again. Cross up again. Can't block them all. Elucid running away with a 3-0 victory and tournament points.
Congratulations, Elucid. Another factory in the books and another win besides his name. Gonna be taking home first place and a nice $6. Meanwhile, Natural Nut gonna be taking home second and that good $3 prize. Meanwhile, Clockwork Design finishing up in third, going to be taking home $1, which, hey, better than nothing. And Vincent DeBatty in fourth. Unfortunately, first person not receiving any cash in this top 8. Nan and Caliber exiting in 5th, and Red and Dr. Doom exiting in 7th. That was your top 8.
Thank you all so much for joining us today at this factory. This was factory number 33. It's a lot of fun, a lot of game 5s. It was interesting to see some familiar faces, some unfamiliar faces, honestly, or at least ones that we don't get to see as much. It's always fun to highlight some of the new and upcoming talents, but tried and true Elucid is this is the home turf for Elucid right now.
Absolutely, yeah. And just a reminder as well, we do try to run these every week. Right now, Thursday is going to be our main tournament run. However, that is going to be subject to change in the near future. So if you want to be the first one to receive updates, be sure to follow us on socials, specifically the Team Factor over on their X. Also, be sure to follow the Team Factor YouTube channel as well, where we stream over there as well. These, in addition to putting out some amazing content, such as, for example, the Ingrid Combo Trials challenge that 6 of us from Team Factor all did. All of us were challenged to do Ingrid's Combo Trials as fast as we can. We were split up into 2 teams. Fastest total time wins. I'm not going to spoil who won. However, all I can say is that Intermediate 13 absolutely sucked.
I haven't really seen many of the combo trials yet. I'll have to check out the video myself, honestly. But either way, is there anything else that we want to say before we wrap up for tonight?
No, if you want to find us individually, actually, where can they find you, Ice Do?
Yeah, my Twitter is just below my name here on stream at the moment. You can find me on Twitch with the same name. And yeah, I do a little bit of streaming here and there. I'm in the Geek League right now with that 14 Factor. We're not doing too great, but we're having a fun time. But yeah, and where can they find you, Squid Pope?
Well, my name is Squid Pope. You can find me on Twitter at the link below. You can also find me streaming on Twitch at squid_pope. Right now, I'm taking a little bit of a hiatus from competing in Street Fighter. However, I am probably going to start up here in a little bit because of a nice little event down here in Dallas called Hip Hop Kick. If y'all are interested in that, please go check it out. I'm not going to shill it too hard. However, Guilty Gear, Street Fighter 6 are two of the main games. There's 5 total games, as well as there being live music at the event. And if you need lodging, there is a hotel room block not too far away from the venue. It is only a 1-day event. In addition, you get to explore a little bit of historic downtown Dallas. In addition as well, I do want to thank Waffles. You can find him at Not Waffles. He helps not just to help run the technical side, but is also amazing with any sort of tournament stream helper things that you might need. So please go and check him out. Go ahead and hire him for any projects that you are planning on right now. But yeah, that's going to be it from us. Thank you so much. Please keep an eye out for when the next Factor sign-up page does go live. I'm going to try to put these out by no later than the end of the week. So Saturday is the latest that it will be before that page goes live. And y'all enjoy the rest of your evening.
Have a good one, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye-bye.